my sphere of annihilation. All right. Welcome, everyone, to another session of Crituitous RP. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I know it's been a while since our last session, so let's just jump right into it. But before we do, let's welcome our newest family members, our newest followers. Thank you so much for following. Share us with all of your friends. Get them to follow us. We're currently at 367 followers, and I would like to see that climb. So thank you today to Jamie27. That's a 4 for the A. Shawnee Cage. Lord Arctic Frost. Thorash. Dan RPG 5, Boogeyman 2012, Sacto King 69, Hey It's a Banana, and I'm the One. So welcome all of you for following. Thank you for being with us. Share us on with your friends. Follow us on Twitter. We are at Crituitous RP. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is also Crituitous RP. And we not only stream live on Twitch, we also stream our episodes live on YouTube as well. And you can watch our backlog on Twitch and on YouTube as the episodes get broadcast out there. Yeah. So, last session, our heroes finally made it to the end of the Tomb of the Nine Gods. They had traversed through 5 grueling and deadly levels of traps and puzzles to collect 5 specific skull keys. After collecting these keys and placing them in the right spot, they opened the door to the Soulmonger and the horrific Atrapal creature that was defending it. The Atrapal being some form of undead fetal deity. Now, the party did a very good job of damaging the Soulmonger and the Atrapal during last session. They had, to this point, if I remember rightly, dealt 133 points of damage to the Soulmonger itself. And at the end of last session, the Atrapal had died. Now, granted, the party didn't land the killing blow. A moonbeam spell that Tower had running was in the way when the Atrapal ran through it. So I would say Tower got the killing blow, absolutely, because it was his spell that did it. But in doing so, in killing the Atrapal, it drew the attention and the anger of the lord of this dungeon, Acererak himself. Just going to quickly do a quick recap of that moment. So here we go. So after the characters killed the Atrapal, a skeletal figure wrapped in mouldering robes and clutching a skull-tipped staff appears on the southern balcony, almost as if stepping out of a barrier of mist. Hateful pinpricks of white light just burn in his eye sockets, and a 2-foot diameter of sphere of utter darkness floats in the air beside it. Our party can see this. He is a legendary, nightmarish creature that people would have told their kids about at an early age. Oh, make sure that you go to bed early, or Acererak will come and kill you, or don't go out after dark. Acererak might come and take your soul. So there's no doubt our heroes here know who this individual is. I want to know, when he steps out of the mist, staring at all of you, what's going through everyone's minds right now? So rather than jumping into the battle right now, sit rep. How you guys doing?
Shit.
Yeah, I think that's what sums it up. Well, I guess from this point of view, would we necessarily, would Pijo be able to see him?
Oh, totally.
Okay. Okay.
Other
Then
than
yes,
the fact that I am
shit and ashes.
Other than the fact that I am dizzy from the loss of blood and the burning and the lava, and the fact that I have a wraith in my face, and I am just
freaking out so much. He broke his
the moment.
Okay.
Oh no! Has my internet been broken?
back
Curse you,
now.
Acererak, ruining my internet.
It's back now, but maybe don't move so much.
Okay, I will stay very still.
Perfect. Everyone else,
That
how's
may
that
not be a bad tactic against Acererak. Just I understand they cannot see if you're not moving, like the King of Feathers T-Rex.
That's what we hear.
So I think that's
frankly, if it can't eat me, I'm not that worried. You know.
Yeah.
I think Zola coming into this lowest level of the dungeon was ready to die, but now that it's in front of her, it's strangely much more tangible, and she's suddenly realizing that she doesn't actually want to die.
Tao's feeling a sense of purpose. This is where he needs to be, and that someone's getting destroyed. He might not make it Acererak, but that someone's getting destroyed.
If you'll allow a cinematic moment, Averine is looking at the soulmonger, and then in the background, she sees Acererak come through the mist, and then she focuses back on the soulmonger, says, "Shit, we have to kill it now! Destroy it now before he gets us!"
Okay. All right, then with that, we're going to roll Acererak into the turn order. I believe, if I remember rightly, Averine was the next person to act in the turn order. So we'll resume at that point.
Say, perhaps as our recap, we can also see we have hit this giant cylinder a couple of times. Is it like crackly with light bits coming out of the cracks?
There's one crack.
The actual.
I mean, a single
it looks
well-placed
pretty
crack
damaged. Yeah, it looks like it has been damaged, but it's hard to see the individual cracks in the glass itself, just simply with the nature of the swirling ethereal mist that's inside, constantly moving, makes it difficult to really be able to focus on the surface of it. Okay, so let's see how Acererak does. It's a 16. So that goes immediately after Averine.
Oh.
All right, Averine. Is it all on you?
Players go first.
Baby Porton. There was somebody said Baby Porton.
I did hear the words Baby Porton come out of her mouth.
I did.
Did someone say they wanted to use the Baby Portent on Acererak's initiative roll?
New Baby Porton.
Which baby?
I haven't rolled the new Baby Porton yet.
If I remember rightly, you still have one Baby Portent from Matthew's newest.
Yes, and it is a 9.
It is a 9. And as soon as Stephen's newborn, so congratulations, Stephen, is strong enough to be able to hold and drop a die, we'll get her, right? Yeah, her Baby Portent as well. So, Averine, what would you like to do?
So Averine will see Laszlo on his last legs and will cast life transference to impart a bit of her own life forces into him. She will take 15 points of necrotic damage and heal him for 30.
Okay.
I feel significantly better.
Make a con check to see if I still have my telekinesis up. And I do. Alright, and then I will move 30 feet. Because I think the healing spirit is right where...
Underneath Laszlo.
Laszlo is? Okay.
Yep.
Well, I can't occupy the same space, so I will move 25 feet to stand right behind Laszlo, and I'll reach into my sack and hand Laszlo my Supreme Potion of Healing, if I may, if I have the action economy to do so.
Okay. You can do so. I would like to, because it will matter, I would like to, for us to specify, A, whether or not that is a visible transfer, or B, where it is, if it is visible. Not, so I guess not or. So could Acererak see you hand over a potion of healing to Laszlo?
Well, I believe she is standing directly behind me with my big shield and my big armor, and I am just really big, and it looks like she is hiding behind me. That is all.
Remember, you don't have your big shield anymore. It's a much smaller shield at this point.
It is not my tower shield, but it is still a shield with a face that goes on it.
I'm behind Laszlo, so I'm running up to him, and so I have my shield, and I pull out my potion, and I hand it in front of him. I said, "Quick, head to the Soulmonger! We have to destroy it before Acererak gets us!" So this would be most likely coming underneath Laszlo's sword arm, whatever that's worth.
If that's Savarine's first turn, isn't it? And she sees Acererak, does she not get 50 temporary hit points?
She does start at
Actually, you could not say that,
50.
because I believe silence is still up, so I would not hear anything. It would just be this little shaky shake of a bottle by my hand.
Yeah.
So I will be saying that.
Okay. All right.
A bottle will pop
Fair
up
enough.
underneath Laszlo's elbow.
We will say Acererak does not know where you hand off the potion. However, I need Laszlo to specify where the potion is.
At the moment, well, so here's a question: does it have to get into my hand right now, or can she just like have it like right by my arm? Because I got a sword and shield kind of thing. I'd have to drop something to grab it.
If you want to say that as of right now she still has it in her hand, out in the open, that's fine. You can say that as of right now that that's the case. I'll explain why this. I need to know this.
And
The sphere
the
of-
alternative is like shove it in my belt. But
Okay, the sphere of annihilation will obliterate any object that is not an artifact that is smaller than 2 foot in diameter that it passes through. If it passes through you, it will destroy anything on your person that is less
Avarine's
than 2 foot in
hand?
diameter.
yeah,
So
I think
if
it
it
has
passes
to
through-
be. I think it has to be in Avarine's hand unless she puts it like in my belt, because I've got a sword and shield in both my hands at the moment.
Okay, then it's out and ready as soon as it's your turn. No reason why you can't just tuck it into your own pocket or move it yourself.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Anything else from Avarine?
I think that's it.
Okay.
Did you get your temp HP? Your 50 temp?
Yeah.
Okay.
At the end of Avarine's turn, Acererak will use a legendary action straight away.
It has been a pleasure
In fact-
fighting with all of you. Goodbye.
In fact, he will use 2 of his 3 legendary actions per turn straight away to use the Talisman of the Sphere around his neck to move the Sphere of Annihilation 90 foot forward.
Oof.
Okay. On his turn, Acererak, positioned as he is, can't fly. So instead, his action is to cast a spell. No one's within 60 feet, so no one can counterspell. The spell in which he casts is actually going to be Time Stop.
Ooh.
So he briefly stops the flow of time for everyone but himself. No time passes for other creatures while he takes 1d4 plus 1 turns. Not a lot, only
Ooh.
2. Okay, so we did well there. Okay. Now, obviously, he needs to get down from where he is. So
No,
his
he
first
doesn't.
turn.
He doesn't.
No,
need to.
he doesn't.
You could
He
just.
doesn't need to. Okay. All right.
He could just be a spectator, you know? That's fine. We wouldn't mind it.
So his first turn, free turn that he gets right now, is to cast another spell. No one can react to that. So he is going to cast a spell to a destination he selects. Yep. He's very familiar with it because he can see it. He's going to teleport across the way to here. So that he's now stood on the other side of the area. That's his first action. He still has a bonus action and a movement. I think he'll be fine with that being the rest of that turn. He's got one more turn to do. I think it would be prudent to cast a spell into the room that...
But what would a Acererak think is prudent? I think lording over us and just waiting to see what happens, you know.
Good point.
But that's what I think. That's not any better. Not any more valid.
What he will actually do is he will cast another spell. This spell will end up ending the time stop just a little bit early, simply because he's casting Circle of Death. So he's picking a point within 150 feet that he'll pick will be the back corner. And Circle of Death, a sphere of negative energy ripples out in a 60-foot radius sphere from a point within range. Each creature in that area must succeed on a Constitution saving throw. A target takes 8d6 necrotic damage on a failed save or half as much on a success. So, since he's picking a point in the back of the room, 60 foot is everyone. I need con saves from everyone, including the Wraith. Clay No Face, Straw Bundle, and what's his name, Joho, are all going to die instantly, even if they succeed. So, turns out the Wraith is immune to necrotic energy, so we can ignore that. So, do we have everyone's roll? Looks like we've got a 21 for Averine, but Averine is within... Oh, you use luck? For what? To change it to a 19?
Yeah, plus 10, so 29.
29, okay. And then you would also get a bonus for being close to Laszlo, right?
Yep.
On top of that. How much is the bonus?
+2.
+2. Okay, so 31 would be yours, right? 31, okay. So 31 for Averine, that is a success. Zola, looks like you got an 18. That is a failure. Laszlo, I
get a 24 from the roast boar. Nope, the squash stew.
Okay. So a 24 is a success. So well done there. Pijo fails. The cave bear, unfortunately, also fails. And Carmen got a 16 and also fails. What?
I think I had that. I'm pretty sure that Tower feasted as well.
Yeah, so a 20 is still a failure.
Oh, okay.
DC is 23 for his spells. So, 8d6 necrotic damage. All right, so Carmen takes 29 points of necrotic damage.
Have I got the 50 temporary hit points?
Not yet. Not till the start of your turn.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, are you going to take the damage from the roll earlier that had that pre-program that was a 27, or the new one for 29?
It already had it in, so I'll take the 27 from there. No, fair enough. All right, so Averine succeeded, taking half at 13 points of necrotic damage. Zola failed, taking 27 necrotic. Laszlo succeeded, taking 13 necrotic damage. Pijo failed, taking 27. Cave Bear also failed, taking 27, and Carmen also failed, taking 27. Okay, and that Constitution save is for a concentration, right?
Yes, for telekinesis.
Yes. What are you currently telekinesis?
I have troll mine as well.
Okay.
I'm just holding concentration on it. I don't have to
Okay.
be moving anything present.
Oh, I thought-
There's no way I can succeed the concentration save on the healing spirit with 27, or it's half of that, right? So
It's half, so the DC
So I
would be
could save
13.
Woo!
Okay, so you save.
Okay. Oh, I couldn't have
Carmen.
gotten that last roll. Jeez.
How would I do that?
Constitution saving throw.
Oh, don't touch it.
Sorry. I forget.
That one.
No, you've succeeded.
Okay. So it looks
Nice.
like everyone still has concentration on their spells. All right. So now that that's been done, since that spell affected you guys, it ends his time stop. He still has an movement or a bonus action. He's not going to take it. Yeah, he'll stay there. Carmen, at the start of your turn, as a result of having a trickster god spirit inside of you, you start
Yeah.
your turn by gaining 50 temporary hit points. Remember, 10 hit points are not normal hit points.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
I forget, the 10 hit points not bump up your original hit points?
No.
Or do they
No.
just go over the top? They don't do
They're
that.
just separate. They're completely separate. Whenever you take damage while you have 10 hit points, they always come out of the temp first, but they don't affect your current hit points at all.
Okay.
Even if you were at 0 hit points, you could still have 10 hit points. Okay.
Could I, if I moved my silence is still up.
Yes, it is.
Could I move it, or would that be taking me using an action if I just moved it? So I'm not trying to recast it, just trying to shift it down.
Yeah, I think you can shift it as in there.
I've
Me double check the silence spell because I'm fairly certain
Oh, shift the silence button.
you can't.
You have to recast it. Pretty sure.
Correct. You cannot.
okay.
You cannot move the silence spell. If you want to move it, you have to recast it.
Okay. I generally don't know what to do. I want to go and smash him, but then I want to silence him as well, because then he can't do all that stuff again. So I am going to move my silence. I'm going to recast it further down.
Okay. At what point?
I will. I can. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, I've got a good range on it. Okay, so I'll move out of the way first. Move back here. And then. You just lost who you do
Alright,
that.
we'll minus them.
So I'll cast it probably about further down, like around that way, basically covering the staircase, but covering that whole platform as much as I can.
Good positioning there. At exactly 65 feet away. Well done there. All right, so you recasting silence out there.
Yeah,
Okay, sounds good.
yeah. And that's all I can do, I believe.
Okay. Then at the end of your turn, Acererak will use 2 of his legendary actions that he gets back at the start of his turn to move the talisman of use the talisman of the sphere to move the thing up to 90 feet. I think that's about right. I need everyone to roll dexterity saving throws.
Oh, God, it's not me.
I don't like that. I don't like what I just saw on one of those rolls up there.
Okay, so do we have everyone? Looks like we have a 22 from Zola, so that is a success. No damage to you. A 23 from Pijo, so a success. No damage to you. I forget. How's everyone doing for exhaustion?
1 level for me.
2 for me.
Is this an ability check or just a?
This is a saving throw, so it doesn't affect any one of you unless you have 3 levels of exhaustion.
Oh,
Which I think no one's got 3 levels. Okay,
No, we
good.
slept. didn't we?
Because of Carmen's clutch moves against.
Yep. So, Averine,
The fucking-
A total of 13 after using luck.
With
Total
the
of
plus 2
13?
from Laszlo?
Yes.
so that is also a success.
Ugh.
So, you all succeeded taking no damage from the sphere. However, because of its pathway and the fact that Laszlo has yet to have taken a turn, that potion of supreme healing is gone.
What
Okay.
happened to the Wraith? Did it have to make a saving throw also?
It is. He could have moved it around. It would have been
Okay.
no problem doing so. Yeah. All right. So no one took any damage there. I can't think of anything object-wise that you guys have on your person that may have been destroyed as well, but we will move from that to Captain Laszlo. You start your turn on the position of the healing spirit, so you regain 1d6 hit points. Would you like to roll that? Or would Pijo? One of you roll it.
I mean,
There we go. All right. We'll take the first one. We'll take 1 from Laszlo. All right. And you start your turn with a spirit inside of you, so you gain 50 temporary hit points. What you gonna do?
I'm very, very torn because my build is literally to grab Acererak and just beat him in the head. From behind, hit the Soulmonger. Ah!
Can you grapple him though? Because if you
well,
grapple him,
Unfortunately, I actually can't even make the distance.
uh,
So what I'm gonna have to do.
You do have a Misty Step, I think.
I do. As a bonus action.
It's gonna be pretty funny if this all ends with Laszlo just casually shoving a Acererak off the edge of the balcony and done.
Let's see.
and he's probably immune to fire damage.
Is that an option?
Totally an
figured
option,
it's a-
Carl.
Use the force. They just.
Can't fly.
All right, so I'm gonna run, and while I'm moving, my AC is 30. If the Wraith wants to take an
Okay.
opportunity to attack
With an AC of 30, I know it doesn't really know it, but I'm gonna just no, you know.
it.
The Wraith had already used this
And
opportunity attack against Piju.
There we go. There we go.
And then I'm going to Misty Step the other 30 feet to get out on the tower there.
Can you tell me what the components are for Misty Step?
Oh, that's an excellent point. I am not certain on the Paladin.
I know what they are. Just want to make sure you know what they are.
So in that case, to use my action to get up in Acererak and bonus action.
In case anyone was wondering, Misty Step requires verbal components. That's all it requires. It's a great spell for getting out of captivity because it requires no material or somatic components, but he's currently silenced by Carmen, so can't Misty
What-
Step.
Could you cast the Misty Step right before you enter the silence and then appear behind Acererak and walk the rest of the distance?
Oh, that's a fair point. I could Misty Step 30 feet as a bonus action and then run the rest of the way
Yes.
to there.
Push
him! Push him!
Just push him! You'll see
Oh,
now.
believe me, this is on my mind.
Okay. So we'll imagine that you had planned to do it the way everyone else told you to do it before you start your turn. Okay. Well, we'll imagine that metagame.
Sure, but I still have, and Acererak can take an opportunity attack as I run by him.
That's a good point. And you know
at
what?
An AC of 30.
He will use his reaction to make an attack of opportunity with his staff. Why not?
Is he going to do that while I'm running right by him?
No,
Yes.
You have to
Great.
Well, you would have to leave his melee range, so you'd have to get up to the Soulmonger, and then he'd be able to make it.
All right,
So
let's just do
if you're thinking about using your reaction to then attack him in response to him attacking
No.
you,
I'm wondering if Mage Slayer works, where if I'm attacked by a spell within 5 feet, it gets disadvantage.
not a spell. That's a
there you
25
go.
to hit. That's gonna miss. Okay.
All right, now I just plain old attack the Soulmonger.
Actually,
Attack. Throw myself at, hit it, and added 1d8 to my attack. So I'm gonna do.
Yes!
Yes!
All the smite! All the smite!
Let's just wait for Matthew to catch up on the crit that he just did.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out how to add Divine Smite on it. Hold on. Yeah, and I'm also going to use my first level spell to add a smite onto it, which is.
Okay. I think we need to pay a little bit closer attention to your spell slots, Matthew.
I believe I'm out of second because I previously had used one Misty Step and I used another. So
I'm fairly certain you've actually used 2 lots of Misty Step. One that was dive into to fetch Zola from the lava was one
Correct.
Misty Step. Second Misty Step was actually when you were below the edge. Didn't you Misty Step to get up to the point where the healing spirit was? Or was that just moving?
No, I Misty Stepped and then ran up the stairs. I'm out of second level slots now. I have 3 left of level 1. So I want to pour a level 1 smite, which gets me down to 2 first level slots left.
Okay. Just double checking when you say you used Misty Step and then ran up the stairs. What do you mean by that? Oh, you mean when you grabbed Zola, you Misty Stepped.
When I grabbed
and then ran
Zola,
up
we
the
Misty
stairs.
Stepped, we retreated. There was the whole Wraithotropal.
Yep.
Misty Stepped again just now, and that.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to reiterate, he couldn't have Misty Stepped from the staircase because the silence would have been up anyway.
True. Fair enough. All right. So that's good to go. You've got what 3?
So I should get
first level spell slots left after this.
3 first level slots. That's right.
Okay. Yeah.
Or excuse me, because I'm adding a smite to this attack, that leaves me
It'll
with
be
2.
2.
Because I
Okay.
have Shield of Faith.
Sounds good. So go ahead and roll. So you're attacking an object. You don't get the extra undead d8, but it's already rolled a d8. Roll another d8 because that's a crit, and you double smite damage on a crit.
Well, and I added 1 superiority dice to do a lunging attack at it as I'm throwing myself at it. So that 4 was a superiority dice extra
Okay.
damage.
So
So when I roll
roll 2 more d8 then.
And 1 more d8 for the extra lunge crit.
That's the 2 there, isn't it?
So I'm counting.
No, that was the 4 from earlier.
Okay, so in the attack we have 2d8 rolled. That's a 6 and the 8. Then you've got another 4d6 rolled for the fire damage. That's that done. In the Divine Smite, we have 3d8 that's been rolled. Even though the extra d8 is usually for undead, we're going to take those 3d8, add the d8 from the first one. That's your Divine Smite done. Now those last 2d8 were the critted superiority die. If I calculated that right, he doesn't get to add any more d8s.
He should have a total of 6 d8s. 4 from the Divine Smites and 2 from the lunge.
Yes, which is what he has rolled.
I count 5.
A d8 that's a 4, 2d8 that made 9, a d8 that makes 7, and then 2 more d8 that make 7.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
You're counting the second. Yeah.
I'm counting the
Gotcha.
second Divine Smite one rather than rolling another d8
Sure.
anyway.
Sure.
All right?
Yeah, that seven's definitely better than whatever it might wind up being. So
So that's 41 points. Now, the actual... that's not including the fire damage. I just need to double check and remind myself what the Soulmonger is resistant to. Because I believe it is resistant. So, the Soulmonger... What type of weapon is this?
This is a longsword.
Yeah, but it's magical longsword, right?
Correct.
Okay, so it is not resistant to the attack in any way. Okay, so 41 points of damage plus the extra... Okay, so 52.
And the smites were radiant.
Yep, which means it's vulnerable to the smite. So we'll add the extra 9, 7, and we'll take the 4. So 205 damage onto the Soulmonger. Total, out of last session and this session, 205 points of damage. Cracks expand and grow. You can't hear it, but everything is beginning to just shatter on the other side. If my math is correct, the Soulmonger explodes.
what happened
But
to Laszlo?
Laszlo smacks it, but turns around at Acererak and it blows up because cool guys don't look at explosions.
The crystal cylinder shatters and a myriad of tiny lights pour forth from within. These bright little souls coil through the air like a tornado, blasting straight upwards and then vanishing in a blazing light. Well done for ending the death curse, Laszlo. Well done.
Hooray!
I can now do what I really want to do and kill Acererak.
I'm fairly certain, though, Laszlo doesn't even know anything about the death curse, right?
No, they have talked about it. They have talked about the Soulmonger and how terrible it is, and
If it was
Laszlo,
worldwide.
knowing the import of that to the whole world, is willing to put his personal grudges aside for a moment. But now that that is resolved, my personal grudges can come to the fore.
Okay. So, you did attack the Soulmonger, though. And
Yes.
the machine may be dead, but the tentacles still very much alive. So,
Indeed.
that will be... It's a 26 to hit.
Oh, that gets me because my extra is only for the movement, so I'm...
Okay. So with a 26 to hit on the attack, you take 26 points of bludgeoning damage.
But it comes from my temporary points first, so I am still alive.
Okay. Nice. All right. Then
But not
anything else from you, Captain?
I have done everything I can.
Okay.
I think you can attack the tentacle. You have
Oh,
another
no,
attack.
that is right. I have my second attack action. I was so excited by destroying the Soulmonger. Yes, I should attack the tentacle.
Or if you're still there, you could probably hit Acererak.
Yeah, do you have any movement left?
Hit.
No, but I can use my last superiority die. Well, have I moved or am I still just standing there?
You're stood right next to the soulmonger.
I believe that he's 10 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
So I can use my last superiority die. Another lunging attack to give me an extra 5 feet. So I can swing and hit Acererak in the head.
Do it!
Okay.
So I will to. Oh, but I get to add my 1d8 to the attack, I believe. No, that is only if I hit. If I hit, I add it. But if not, that is all. So that is an attack against Acererak.
With a 22 to hit him?
Yes, that is the hit. I do not think I have anything else to add.
Okay. That will hit Acererak.
Hey!
So
We'll add
that's
7 for my superiority dice for lunging at him, because lunging has worked really well for me this round.
13 points of slashing damage. I'm going to tell him, no. You got to stop this. And then 11 points of fire. Yep. Doesn't seem to be resistant or immune to the fire damage. So that'll go. Matthew, are you still there?
Yes, I can
Okay.
hear me. No, I
Okay,
can
good.
hear you.
All right. So, is there anything else from Laszlo?
No, I think that is all. I have invoked the Lich's Wrath. I am good.
Okay. That'll be it, I guess. Yeah, he doesn't have the range on anything, so he'll wait. Bide his time. Tower. Start of your turn, you gain 50 temporary hit points.
Hooray!
Awesome.
What are you going to do?
I am going to run
Moon.
into the space between Averine and the Wraith.
There's a healing
Gain-
spirit in that area, I think.
Yep. So 1d6 of healing.
6.
Right, so you gain 5 hit points.
Okay, and then I'm going to move the. I can't select it. I want to move the moonbeam onto Acererak.
Okay. And that requires...
My action.
I'll move it in just a second once Roll20 has resumed for me. Okay. So when you move it onto him, it doesn't do anything. It's when he starts his turn in the area, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else from you, Tower?
I'm just going to snarl provokingly at the Wraith.
Okay. The Wraith will take its turn.
Yeah, done. Sorry.
Okay. And it will attack you, where you are, where you stand, Tower. So, with a life drain strike, that is a 21 to hit.
Yep.
Okay, you take 16 points of necrotic damage, and I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Nope.
Okay, so the bear's hit point maximum reduces by 16.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. All right, that is it for the Wraith. It only gets 1, so it'll end its turn there. Pijo.
All right. Well, bolstered by the destruction of the Soulmonger, seeing all of the souls flying around, seeing what might be his lost besties, his lost love's soul leaving, he's going to...
Hang on a second.
Well,
Yeah.
Tower,
Yeah.
you dropped down.
Yeah, that dropped me.
well, Tower, had you eaten the squash stew?
No, it's fine.
Because that would
I-
give you advantage on
I
the
would
con
assume the
save.
attack would take it off the bear's hit points, but it dropped me to 16. Would that be the case? Or would you want me to take off my own maximum?
So, no, it takes off the bear's hit point maximum. What was the bear's hit point maximum at the time it hit you?
52.
52. So the bear's hit point maximum drops down by 16 to...
36.
Yeah, but the bear only
Yeah.
had 16 left, so...
It doesn't affect the bear's current hit points. It only affects the bear's max hit points.
No, the actual damage, though, I only had 16 left.
Yes, but the bear was at 16 out of 52, right?
Yeah.
And then you had on top of that 50 temporary hit points. The damage from the attack would have come from the temporary hit points.
Yeah, sorry, I haven't taken out the temps. Sorry, my bad.
Good, because in that case, if the hit point maximum of the bear had reduced down to 0, you'd die rather than go back to your normal shape. So I'm glad that attack didn't kill you.
Does it count as damage taken if it's the temporary hit points, not actual hit points?
It does, yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and make 2 attacks on this wraith with my dagger.
Okay.
Once roll 20 lets me click. There we go. And it's at advantage. Not that that makes that much of a difference.
Hits.
All right. And one more time.
Also hits. So
Great.
14 and then 8. That will destroy the wraith.
Yay!
All right.
Good job.
And then, thank you. Then, since that destroyed it, I'm going to use an extra movement to move into the healing spirit and then back next to Averine. So I can get a little bit of heals back. And that is my turn.
Zola. How you doing?
Oh, I'm still scared. Is the moon
You get
beam?
temporary hit points? Yeah.
Is the moon beam covering Acererak?
It is.
Okay. Cool. So, 50 HP up. Moa, you've danced with this devil before. Can he see you?
Yes.
Crap. Okay. Well, in that case, I don't feel like I'm close enough to get in there without opening myself up largely, so I'm instead going to attempt to get into position. And I will move here and hide for now.
Okay. What are you hiding behind?
The staircase and the edge of the wall.
Okay. All right. So roll a stealth check. Okay. All right. Then anything else from you, Zola?
I think that's all I'm willing to do right now.
Okay. So you ran to the wall and then started hiding against the wall. Averine, what are you going to do?
And so I will refill up my temporary HPs to 50.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will use my telekinesis to push Acererak into the lava. Well, to hold him and then push him into the lava. It is a contested roll. My spellcasting ability versus his strength, not athletics.
Okay.
I can cast telekinesis if you need the description.
Please do. Please do.
Of course, there was an update to roll 20 and the description didn't come through. Oh wait, I just never put it in there. I will look up telekinesis and copy it into chat.
in case anyone's interested, to a future update of Roll20, GIFs will start being added to map packs.
Yay!
I'm looking forward to that. Map pieces moving. Lovely.
Do I got 13 blocks of gifts?
Okay.
No, gifts are being banned. If you're together.
No, thingy gives.
No,
Gifts
those
in
gifts.
general.
Oh, okay.
By the rules, on a contested roll, who rolls first? The attacker or the defender?
It doesn't matter.
So it doesn't really matter, but it's worth noting that you guys don't. So we have to remember that anything that a player does, 9 times out of 10, if they're going to modify their roll in any way, they cannot know what the opposition rolls before they decide to do that. So I'm going to wait until you've decided if there's going to be any additional modifications to his roll before I do my roll.
I'm out of luck. I didn't declare using a portent.
Are you declaring a portent for his roll, though?
Oh wait, that was intelligence.
No.
It's the same.
It's a 9.
Against his strength. I don't know what his strengths would be. I don't think he'd be that strong.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the if it's okay with everyone else, I would like to use the portent on his strength.
I liches don't tend to be that strong, so
Baby portent.
This isn't just a lich, though.
+1 or 2. I think you'll be all right. Go for it.
Do it.
Yeah, I'd like to use the portent on Acererak's contested strength.
Okay, so the baby portent was a 9.
That is our
That
last
means-
baby portent. Good job, baby Kennedy. Woo!
Acererak will fail the contest. So, you push him back up to 30 feet. Can you specify to me how far back you push him? And you push him back, you don't push him down. You cannot use this to push him into the lava.
Why not? It says I can move him 30 feet in any direction.
Does it say any direction?
Oh, if I
Including
have to
upward but not beyond? Oh, no, fair enough. Yep, no, in any direction. 30 feet in any direction. So you would push him back to standing, because 30-foot pit, he stood there. 30 foot down, he stood on top of the lava, currently suspended by your grip.
He is restrained. Where he is restrained, I defer to you.
Okay. So if we say you push him down, he's now stood just on top of the lava, still restrained by you. If you let him go, he's in the lava. Just
down in the silence cone?
Yeah, he's 5 feet.
In the silence cone
Yeah,
still.
he's still in the silence, but he's. I
The
didn't.
silence cone, the silence sphere, rather, is too small to reach the lava. So you choose. He's either in the silence or up against the lava.
I want him against the wall on the lava as much as possible.
Okay, so he's against the wall, on the lava, but outside the radius of the silence spell.
Yeah, probably will.
I like to imagine that he's not simply just standing on the lava, but he's like almost prone, because telekinesis, right? It's like body and then whoosh. So I like to imagine like his butt is very close to the fire, and it might be lighting his robes on fire a little bit. He's going, ouch, ouch.
Very
And you have him
close.
face directly into the wall, right?
How tall is Acererak, may I ask?
He's close to maybe 6 foot.
Oh, okay. I just wondered if his
Normal
head
size
was
guy.
still in silence. But his feet wasn't.
No. No. Okay.
I'm gonna dip myself into the healing spirit, and then move against the wall on the side of the staircase and end my turn there.
Okay. All right. Then at the end of your turn, Acererak will use his third legendary action. Now that he's outside the silence area, he can do so.
But he can't see us.
No, but he can still see Laszlo.
Oh no.
And Laszlo just destroyed the Soulmonger.
No, but he's facing the wall, right? He's got his face like smushed up in the wall.
He's got him like proper smashed up against the wall, like, you know, UK mugging style, and yeah, like.
I'm just imagining Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom going into the lava pit.
That rolled it wrong. I need to make a ranged spell attack against Laszlo, and then on a hit you take the damage, and then you have to make a con save. So, what is Acererak's spellcasting attack bonus? It's got to be pretty high.
Probably nothing.
Plus 15. Plus 15. Okay. So
how far below me is he?
About 30 foot below you.
All right.
Yeah.
More than 5. Boo.
So that'll be a 28 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay, you will take 11 points of poison damage.
Ooh.
And I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
You are resistant to poison from the pearl of power.
Ooh.
So you take 5 points of poison damage.
Go Pearl, go Pearl. I get advantage from the stew on the con save.
That's okay. A 20 is still a failure. So, on a failed save, you are poisoned until the end of my next turn, which is next. So, doesn't really make much difference. Okay. Acererak's turn. So, this is something. I really don't want to have to use another high-level spell just for this, but I feel like I might have to.
Why is it always me and the high-level spellcaster with Tail trying to decide, like, I don't want to use this level 9 spell, but okay.
I mean, I'm right against... Yeah, I'm going to... Acererak is going to have to do this just simply to get out. So he's going to cast another spell. No one's able to counter it because they can't see him right now. And he is going to teleport out of the telekinesis. Right. The creature is restrained in your telekinetic grip. Oh.
I think I saw a light bulb just go off over your head.
A concerned light bulb, because I am trying to justify being able to teleport out of a telekinetic grip. Because you misty step out of grapples all the time.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll release him from the grip.
He'll still be gripped. He'll be wherever he wants to be, but he'll still be...
Yeah. So he will teleport. So he'll cast the teleport spell. And so he is still restrained. He'll just go somewhere. And you won't see where he goes.
Because he is also invisible? Or maybe he teleported out of the room?
Actually, no. Averine would be able to see where he is. The position I chose.
Is
So Averine would see him back over there. Okay. That will end his turn, as he had to do that. All right. Carmen, what would you like to do?
Oh, God. Carmen's very happy the Soulmonger's gone right now. She's like, yay! Very, very happy. She is... can I climb up onto that balcony next to me rather than have to walk all the way around?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Well, is Averine telling us where he is?
Yeah, Averine. Does Averine know where he is?
Son, oh, he's right there! Oh my goodness, he's right behind us.
He's in that room. Okay, he's in that room. So Carmen is going to therefore rush into the room.
You've got the movement.
Yeah. So 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Yeah,
I can do it. I can do it. Well, if I go there,
Yeah. You can get there.
can I hit him from there?
Yeah, you can.
And then run back out?
Yeah. Yeah, you can hit him from there.
I'll smack him from there. Okay.
You have advantage as he is restrained.
Ah, even better. Why am I on your PC? Why am
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm cursing myself by touching your mouse. Right. So she's going to smash him with her nice big heavy staff of striking.
Okay.
And yeah, if that hits, she'll add bits to it.
So with the 27 to hit, that will hit.
Awesome. So on top of that, I'm going to add a charge. On that. Where is it? Where's my charge? Where's my charge?
Charge.
I get a charge. I get a. Oh, I have to roll it, don't I? I have to roll with the charge.
How many charges you got left? You got brand new ones.
Yeah. Sorry, Aaron. Do you know what the charge was?
How many charges you had left? Did you use any in the fight with the Soulmonger?
No, I didn't.
So we didn't roll for it at the beginning of the day, did you?
No, but I don't. You can only use 4, and I get 10.
You used 4. You had 4 left from the previous day. Then you have to roll to get the amount for it, don't you?
I had 4 left, from the previous day, and then I have to roll. Yeah. Oh, it's 1d6 of force damage extra.
All right, so roll 1d6, and that's how many charges.
1d6.
All right, so you got 6 charges.
Okay. So I have 6 charges. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So charges. And is it a 1d6 per charge? Yeah. Okay. So I'll use a charge on that one then. Okay. So right. Sorry. 1d6. So 6 plus. I'm also going to do a defensive flourish on top as well, which is 7.
Okay. All right. What does that put your armor class to?
That will then put my armor class to 23.
Okay, fair enough. Anything else from you, Carmen?
And then I'll take my second attack.
Okay.
And I'll do this one quicker because I apologise for taking time on that last one. I get advantage on strength.
You get advantage because he is restrained.
Yeah.
He will use his reaction to cast shield. So that misses.
Oh.
25? Oh, sweet.
25 will miss under the effects of a shield.
Ooh.
Oh. Okay. No worries. So she will then just pop out of the room. Just pop back out.
Okay. Do you have any particular feat that allows you to avoid? Well, he's just used his reaction, hasn't he? So never mind.
Yeah.
All right. Carmen, that's it for you, right?
Yes.
Okay. End of his turn. He's going to use 2 legendary actions because he got them all back at the start of his turn. And he's going to move the sphere again. Like that. So I need everyone to roll dexterity saving throws, and I need Carmen to make 2.
Does he aim the ball at me despite the fact I got a 30 stealth?
With the fact that just the positioning that you're hidden behind, like there's nothing that blocks your line of sight from there.
Oh, okay, I got you. Got you.
Sorry, I hit strength instead of.
Well, I have a box. There's stuff.
Okay. Then he doesn't aim it through you. Let me.
I'll do 2.
Where was it? It was over here.
Can't. I'm out of lots. I haven't got any luck left.
You've got one of those.
You've
In
got
which
some.
case, it'll give him the extra movement to be able to send it twice through Tower instead.
Thanks.
So Tower needs to roll a dex save twice in total. So I've got a 21 from Pijo, that's a success. A 15 from the bear, so that is a success.
I rolled the wrong one,
Carmen.
sorry.
Yeah, I need you to roll a second one as well. So you've got a 9 for your first one. I need you to roll a second as well because he's pushing the sphere through you twice.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. So it looks like the only failure was Carmen once.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
So the DC is 13 on that. So that is 4d10. You take 29 points of force damage, Carmen.
Okay, no worries.
Don't forget that you did get 50 temp hit points at the start of your turn.
Okay.
Okay. Captain Laszlo. Temp
I
hit points go
cannot
back
hear
up.
what I cannot hear what Averin said about where he may or may not be, but I do see the sphere moving around in a general ruckus. So I will be moving 30 feet up the hallway. I think that is 30. Is that 30 feet? I think that is 30 feet. No, I can go one more. That is 30 feet up the hallway, and I will actually be using the Pearl of Power to re-energize my divine energy, and I will get back 2 second-level spell slots, because I have no third-level spell slots.
Yep.
And as a bonus action, I don't want to cast anything, and all my... Oh, I will use my second wind to get some extra health back, so I will use 1d10 plus...
Yep. Just roll it. We trust you.
Okay. And that is my turn. I do not get the temporary hit points because I do not see Acererak to give Papazotto the anger, the righteous fury to give me extra health, right?
That is a good point to clarify. When Acererak turns up, the character gains 50 temporary hit points at the start of each. So, the character gains the following benefits while he or she can see Acererak. The character can gains 50 temporary hit points at the start of each of his or her turns. When the character makes an attack roll against Acererak and hits, the attack deals an extra 3d6 psychic damage.
Oh.
Oh, so we got to add that.
We're not going to retroactively add it to any of them because you all forgot, but from now on, you'll remember.
I just didn't want to sound like a knob. Okay.
Fair enough.
Anyway, so I heal for 11 hit points and I am done. Thank you.
Okay. At the end of your turn, Acererak will use a legendary action, casting a spell at Averin. She's been a bother. So that'll be a
I will
ray
counterspell
of...
it.
You can see him. Fair enough. All right, Tower, what are you going to do?
No, didn't say the magic word. Tower's going to revert. I'm going to refresh my 50 hit points because I can see him.
Yes, you can.
And I am going to use my action to move my moonbeam again on top of him. He can move 60 feet, so I think he's 55.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else from you, Tower?
And I'm going to get out of line of sight.
Okay. Then we go to Pijo.
All right. I'm going to move through the healing spirit, and I'm actually going to use the help action for... Can I do that at this range with, I guess, for Carmen for her next attack? Like I can do a volley of arrows or something to distract, or am I too far?
You're too far for the help action.
Okay. Then, yeah.
There are specific class, subclass
Yeah,
features. that allow ranged help. So
Yeah, then I'm just gonna stay where I am. And I'll take a dodge action.
okay. Zola.
Sorry, still trying to understand some of the logistics of the god inside of you bit. Is it that the 50 temp HP is accumulative at the turns?
No, so temporary hit points, just as a rule, just aren't accumulative. Since I don't think anyone has any feature that will allow them to have more than 50 temp hit points gained from anything. So all you need to remember is that at the start of your turn, if you don't have 50 temp hit points, you now do. If
Okay,
you can
so
see.
it's up to thing.
It is, yeah.
Got it. All right, I will start my turn with a dash to there.
Okay.
And then I will use my movement to pop in where Carmen was and get an attack off on this guy. Try to.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's going to miss.
Okay.
29.
Advantage.
Do I get advantage?
He's restrained.
Restrained.
Oh, he's restrained.
All right, so 29. That'll hit.
That'll hit.
For 11 slashing.
Make that 28.
Plus 3d6.
And remember the 3d6
Psychic.
psychic damage.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
Dip back there.
Okay. Anything else from you, Zola?
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Averine.
I'm going to continue trying to restrain him. So I will remake my spellcasting ability check against his strength.
Okay. No changes to your result or his. You win. He is still restrained.
And I don't think I'll run over to the healing spirit and run back to get an extra 6 HPs and then finish my turn.
When you get close, Peter's gonna be like, "You're doing great. You've got this."
Thanks, Piju.
Okay. All right. So let me just. Can this be used on a... Nope, can't be used on an unwilling person. Okay, so that ends your turn, Averine.
Yes.
Acererak starts his turn in the Moonbeam Tower. What does that do to him?
4d10 radiant damage.
Does he not have to make some sort of save?
He has to make a dexterity saving throw, I believe. No, constitution saving throw.
Okay. As a 32.
Okay, takes half damage.
Okay, so go ahead and roll the damage for that.
This is good. He's using his 20s on this stuff instead of getting out of the telekinetic hole.
No, we want him to roll bad so he can use up his legendary resistances on this stuff.
Fair point.
So it's 11 radiant damage.
Okay. So 11 radiant. Fair enough. All right. He is going to use his action to raise his staff and point it at Averine.
If he's casting a spell, I would like to try to counter it.
He is not casting a spell. Okay. I need
Just
Averine
pulling a
to
Babe
roll
Ruth out there.
I need Averine to roll a Constitution saving throw.
20.
Okay.
Come on, come on.
22.
22 because you're within
she's the
10
two.
feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still a failure, but
Ah.
22, still good. Until you are now cursed.
Oh,
Until this curse ends, you can't regain hit points and have vulnerability to necrotic damage. Okay. That'll be his action to perform that. He can't move, so I guess he'll stay where he is. No bonus action stuffs that I can think of. Does he have a bonus action spell? Nope. Okay. Then we'll move to Carmen.
Yes! Right. Carmen's going to go in and smash him in the face again.
Okay.
Just because she can. Actually, she's going to move there rather than waste movement if she doesn't have to.
Your temporary hit points are up.
No.
Oh, no, they wouldn't. You
Is my temporary hit points go up now, or we start a new round now?
No, because it's at the start of your turn. You started your turn out of line of sight, so you don't get it.
Oh, okay, fine. All right.
Okay.
But now I'm seeing him. Still don't get them.
No, stop.
Still don't get them.
All right. Okay. No problem. Right. So, Staff of Striking.
You
have advantage on the attack.
Yeah.
Because he is restrained.
It's a critical. It's a critical.
And then I'm going to add. Yeah.
Everything
I'm going to add everything. How many charges can I use? There's only one per go.
It says so on the card for the Staff of Striking.
Up to 3.
Up to 3. Okay, so yeah, I will then use all 3 of those. So, and it's a...
1d6 for
each
one.
So roll 3d6 for that.
Roll 6d6 because it's a crit.
It's a crit.
Oh, okay, sorry. So shall I just roll another 3 then?
Yep, roll another 3d6.
3d6.
Yeah.
And then I'm also going to add on another Blade Flourish.
Okay. How many of your bardic inspiration die have you used now? Feels like you've used a lot.
4. No, I used all my lucks in the first time we played, so I had 4. Okay. I'm on 3 now. I'm going to use another one, so I'm on 2.
Okay.
So that is a defensive flourish there. That's a shame.
All right, roll again.
And again. And then I'm also going to get my psychic damage because I missed it last time. So that's a 3d6 on top. And do I get that twice because it's crit?
Yeah.
Yeah. 67 points of damage. There we go. It's not bad. Acererak starting to sweat.
How many were that?
That was...
Can a lich sweat? Do they have the glands for that?
He has a few glands left over on his forehead.
Okay, just for sweating
glistens.
purposes.
Yeah.
How much damage is that?
31, 41.
67 is what I calculated.
Right. Okay.
All right. Anything else from you, Carmen? Okay.
Let's do that again. I don't think I'll be so lucky this time, but okay. So Staff of Striking.
Oh, I'm not so lucky.
Can I use my card for my luck on that?
If you would like to use up your card, you can re-roll. Drag and drop it to the table.
How do I drag it to the table?
Open it up so click on it so that you can open it and then drag and drop it to the table. If you're not signed into it, there we go. Perfect. So you re-roll the d20 you just rolled.
Yeah.
So roll that attack again. So it is at advantage.
Yeah.
So it's a 23. He will use his reaction to counterspell. Not counterspell, what am I saying? To shield.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's use his reaction to this one.
That's fine. So I'm then going to... So I did 5 feet of movement to get to where I was. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go 5, jump down. I just want to get to the healing thingy.
Yeah.
And then use that and then step out P-Jazz by 1. That's all. So
you're doing great too. Good job.
All right. At the end of your turn, Carmen.
Yep.
Acererak will use all 3 of his legendary actions in one go.
Oh.
I need every creature within 20 feet of him, which is Averine and Zola. That's it. To roll Constitution saving throws.
Is this a spell?
Nope.
Is it a spell-like effect?
Nope, it is magic, but it's not a spell effect.
It's a nat 1.
I am going to use. Never mind, I can't. My card is only for something I roll. Sorry.
Yep. So this is necrotic damage. Now, Zola, you succeed, so you only take half damage. Okay.
But Averine takes double damage.
Yeah, Averine takes double damage. So, Zola, you take 25 points of necrotic damage. As the damage was 51 points of necrotic, which means Averine takes 102 points of necrotic damage.
Yowza.
Okay.
He's got 50 temporary. Because he can see him.
I believe I cannot maintain concentration on telekinesis after that.
I figured as much. Okay. All right. Zola, how are you doing after that?
That mostly affected my temp HP.
Temp HP. Okay, fair enough. Whew. All right, Captain. What you doing?
Finish him off. Finish him off.
Oh,
so,
he's nowhere near done.
Can I see a Acererak from here? I'm not sure if it's corners or middles. Nope. That's fine. So I'm just going to run into the room 30 feet, which, well, I'm going to go 20 feet over here because, want to get some good old healing. So that's 1d6, right?
Yep, 1d6.
As he runs by, Laszlo, he's in there. Go get him.
Okay. And then I'm going to Misty Step because I recovered 2 spell slots my last turn. So as a bonus action, I will Misty Step 30 feet over to here. And then I am going to attack him.
Okay.
Hitting the macro, nothing seems to be popping up on 20. So I'm going to hit it multiple times. D20, you're going to get 3 or 4 rolls all at once. There it is.
Okay. They all miss.
Okay. I'm going to re-roll. So again, I would have attacked the first one. 24, yep. Missed. Second attack for 25, miss. Yep. I'm going to use my card.
On the third one? Yeah.
On the third one.
Makes sense. Drag and drop it to the table. Okay. Yeah, that's going to miss as well.
That's sad. Oh well, and then I'm going to step over there. And
okay. You've moved, you've used your action, you've used your bonus action. I think you're good, right? I'm going to assume so. Tower.
I'm going to leave the moonbeam where it is. I'm going to have Tower run up to here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to use... Crap it, Captain. That was the wrong place. I want to use the Horn of Blasting.
You're going to blow the Horn of Blasting.
Really?
So, as a reminder for what the Horn of Blasting does, you can use an action to speak the Horn's command word and then blow the horn, which emits a thunderous blast in a 30-foot cone and is audible 600 feet away. Each creature in the cone must make a con save. On a failed save, the creature takes 5d6 thunder damage and is deafened for a minute. On a success, the creature takes half as much and isn't deafened. Creatures and objects made of glass. Okay. each use of the horn's magic has a 20% chance of causing the horn to explode. So, you use it. Before we find out whether or not it explodes, we'll roll the con saves for both Acererak and Laszlo.
Can I shape the cone in such a way that I don't get Laszlo?
No, not really.
If you came into the room, maybe.
Yeah. So Acererak succeeds.
I get advantage on the save.
You do,
Okay.
and so do you. So both take half damage. Would you like to roll 5d6?
Oh, don't kill Laszlo, Jesus.
He's got.
Don't kill Laszlo.
Have you not got temporary hit points? Oh no, sorry, dude. This is a bad idea. I've done it now. Sorry.
Why?
I wanted to do it well. I didn't get him. If I moved one more in, would I get him? Could I obscure it? Because that was my intention.
Not really. I mean, it's a 30-foot cone of a thunderous blast. That's going to bounce off of the walls. That's going to... Like, he's right there. He's in the way. I don't think there's any way you could angle it to not get Laszlo.
These things do happen.
So go ahead and roll that damage. So 22. So we both take half at 11 points of thunder damage. Not bad.
So
Now,
psychic
there's a-
damage with that, or is it just melee attack?
It's not an attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have to make an attack. All right. Now there is a 20% chance of causing the horn to explode. So on a d20, percent chance is what? 1 to 5?
Do you want me just to roll a d100, anything from 1 to 20? The easiest.
It's the same? Yeah, go ahead and roll a d100. Anything from 1 to 20 is 20% failure.
Yeah.
The horn explodes, dealing 10d6 fire damage to you. So, I'll give you the opportunity to roll the 10d6 fire damage.
As a reaction, I'm going to cast Absorb Elements.
You can't. This doesn't count as an attack for Absorb Elements, right?
You have to set a bomb off in front of you.
Absorb Elements.
It's a reaction and it's fire. I don't know when a reaction could go into play.
No, on your turn, the reaction would be fine. Let me just double check. If it specifies the reaction when you take acid, fire, cold. Yeah, no, fair enough. Go ahead. Go ahead and use the absorb elements. So roll 10d6 first.
Oh, God.
That's why I never used this thing.
It's a great magical item.
At least it only exploded in his hands and didn't just take all of us with him.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, like some beads.
Yeah. how embarrassing would that be? Ugh.
All right, so 38, you use absorb elements, so go ahead and cast that spell to remove the spell slot, and you take half damage. 38 is 19 points of fire damage.
Cool. That's off my attempts. So
Okay. Anything else, Tower?
I'll step back one.
Okay.
A little bit. I might even take the explosion. Cinematically, he's going to blow the horn and get blown back that square from the explosion.
That's a banister too, so you just like fell flat off the railing there. You're like, "Ah!"
Just face is
It's
just
like-
blackened with
It's
soot.
like Will Smith.
No eyebrows.
Where's the micro gun and he just get blown back
Yeah.
every time?
Pijo.
All right.
Go PJ.
I'm gonna move through here. I haven't been keeping track of the turns on the spirit. I realized, so I'm just gonna end it after this turn because I don't really know. I haven't been thinking about it. So, but I'm gonna move myself to here. And
I'm assuming through the spirit, so
Yes.
gaining 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
And from there, I'm going to again just take a dodge action as I get a little closer, since I can't do anything until I'm up close with the magic weapon. So
Okay.
All right.
Zola. You start your turn, gain 50 temporary hit points if you didn't already have them. Well, you go up to 50 anyway. So, what would you like to do?
I would like to kill this jerk. So
You would?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my very best. I'll move to there. Be like, sup, Laszlo.
Hello. Welcome.
27 to hit.
27 will hit him.
Ooh. It's a nice sneak attack roll.
Nice.
Then I
So
will.
that's 40.
And then offhand. No.
3d6 from the psychic damage.
Yes.
Yeah. Go on, do it.
The natural 1 will miss.
Totally. But that's some good rolls.
Does my presence do anything to give you advantage?
Not
I'm
from where
looking
we're
through all my
at.
stuff.
Oh.
Averine. Hey.
So, the staff curse, is it a curse? Can I remove the curse?
Greater Restoration, remove curse, or similar magic ends the curse on the target.
All right, I will cast a remove curse on myself.
Okay. Don't forget, you can also see Acererak from here, so you do gain the 50 temp hit points.
So, do I gain the temporary hit points under the effects of the spell or the curse?
Yep.
Wonderful.
I don't see why not. So you should be at 24 hit points and 50 temp.
Well, just to make sure we're all on the up and up, the curse says I can't regain hit points. So just okay.
Yeah. Temporary hit points are not hit points.
Excellent. So I will remain in line of sight, but I have used my action and there's nowhere to run to get more hit points. So I will stay where I'm at.
Okay. Acererak starts his turn on the moonbeam.
I'm gonna shout at him. Get off my island!
And I, for some reason,
Success
say,
on the con
get
save.
off my plane.
How much damage does he take, Tower, for succeeding the con save on the moonbeam?
Oh, it's still pretty well, huh? That's 4d10 halved.
Oh, there we go.
That's high. That's high.
That's good. Good roll.
5. Nice. So halved down to 17.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. He's looking pretty hurt now.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Yeah. All right. On his turn, he is going to cast a spell. And
I would like to counterspell the spell.
Yes.
he will counterspell your counterspell.
I am going to
You don't
make a
use
melee weapon
Not on his
attack
turn.
against him.
It's on his turn.
Yeah.
So he does have the reaction.
So I countered
Mage
at
Slayer?
level
Yep.
4. So
Yeah, I'm going to use Mage Slayer to do a melee weapon attack against him.
Okay. So real quick, so order operations here. The attacks, the spells go off, and then you get to make your attack. Okay.
Okay.
He counterspells at 3rd level because that's the only that's the highest level he can cast without using spell slots. So he will do so. Requires him to make a DC 14 intelligence check.
what a big dummy. I'm sure he's going to fail it. No problem.
I really hope he doesn't.
Can he?
He technically
He rolls
can.
on that one.
After one.
One. Go on. Do it.
After one.
He's at disadvantage though, right? There's a reason for
Nope.
that.
He's
No.
casting a spell next to a melee person. Isn't that disadvantage?
If it has a ranged, if it's an attack, but that doesn't affect us. So he successfully counters your counter spell, so he gets to pull off his spell, which in this case was a higher level casting of Circle of Death.
Oh,
Can it do a higher level? Yeah, using it at higher levels increases the spell damage. So
Mage Slayer do something about that?
Mage Slayer allows him to make an attack, but do you want to read the actual triggering information for that for us, Matthew?
Sure. In fact, I'd be glad to plug it into, since it's something we don't see that often, I'll be glad to plug it into D20 for everybody.
They had
Roll.
They full spells disadvantage, don't they?
So, when a creature within 5 feet of you casts a spell, you can use your reaction to make a melee weapon attack against that creature. The casting of the spell happens when the spell is all of the components and everything are finished, then it's considered cast. In the same way as you can't, in the same way as if a spellcaster was invisible while they were performing a spell, you wouldn't see the spellcaster become visible until the spell has been cast. You have to wait until after the spell has been cast, and then you can use your reaction to make a melee attack against that creature.
Yeah, so is this being done against the counter spell or against the
oh no, this was the death
spell.
Circle of Death. Although that's an interesting point. If the counter spells go off, okay, yeah, can I attack against the counter spell?
Because the order I heard it was, he's casting a spell, Averin is counterspelling, Acererak is counterspelling, Matthew said Mage Slayer. He said Mage Slayer after the counterspells were announced. And it might have been slow internet, so I'm not, that could be the case. But as my client, as his counsel in this scenario.
Here's a piece of DM advice. Don't let there be 2 lawyers in your game. Sure, go ahead, make your attack.
All right. Well, you are the judge in the end. You can tell the lawyers to shut.
They do it all the time, trust me.
That is your prerogative.
Yeah, that'll miss. All right, all that fuss for nothing. Okay. So I need everyone to roll Constitution saving throws, please, because he'll pick a spot that is within range of everyone.
Himself included?
Yes. Though he's immune to necrotic, so it's not going to make a difference.
But if someone can make him vulnerable to necrotic, even it out.
Immunity goes first. So, I have a failure from Pijo, a failure from Zola, a success from Laszlo, a failure from Averin, a failure from Tower, and a Carmen. Do you have advantage on con saves?
I'd like to say yes.
Did you eat the
stew?
stew?
You ate some of the stew. We all ate some of that food. You did.
If I ate the food, then yes.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. You ate the food, and as a reminder to everyone, when it's not in the chat anymore. When you ate the food, it gave you advantage on Constitution saving throws. So you succeed with that 23. Good job.
God.
All right, so let's cast that.
And everyone thought eating skeevy food from a witch would be a bad idea.
Okay. So total damage there is 39 points of damage. So going through again, Pijo, you take 39 points of necrotic damage. Zola takes 39 points of necrotic damage. Circle of Death is half as much on a success. So Laszlo, you take half, 39, so 19 points of necrotic damage. Averin is vulnerable to necrotic damage, so Averin...
I'd remove the curse.
Oh yeah, you did remove the curse. No, fair enough. So you take 39 points of necrotic damage. Tower also takes 39, and Carmen only takes 19.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I need Tower to roll a con save to hold concentration on the moonbeam.
Yep.
The
I
moonbeam
technically
is
need to roll.
lost.
Okay.
I technically need to roll as well to keep concentration on my Shield of Faith.
Okay, so you keep that up. Carmen, roll a con save against silence. I know it's not that important.
I'm not even gonna. Yeah, I'm not even worried about that.
Fair enough. All right. All right. So that didn't kill anyone, did it?
No.
No. Well done. All right. Doesn't really want to provoke attacks of opportunity by moving. And yeah, that'll end his turn there. Carmen,
Yeah.
what would you like to do?
Do I get my 50 hit points back?
You can see him, so you get 50 temporary hit points.
Awesome. Right. Okay. So I'm going to pop back to where I was, which was here. And smash him, sunshine. Here we go again. 23.
He will use his. He has used his reaction already to do counter spells, so he can't can't shield that. So that will hit.
Cool. And I have 2 charges left. So I'm going to use both of them.
If it goes down to 1, it will break the staff, right?
It has a chance of breaking the staff.
Oh.
So there's my charges.
Okay, you have to roll to see if his staff breaks.
Okay.
What's the percentage?
It should be roll a d20. Let me double check with
Do
the
I do that?
staff.
Do I roll my psychic damage first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. 3d6. And then my blade flourish as well.
Okay. I'll just look it up on D&D Beyond. Can't find it in Roll20.
That's 12.
Come on, headphones.
36.
Okay. All right. So, if you expend the last charge, roll a d20, please.
13.
Okay, no problem. If it was a 1, it would cause death. All right, so he is now looking wounded.
And smashing again.
Yep.
While he's looking wounded. 24.
24 will also hit.
Add on the psychic damage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. 3d6.
Okay. Anything else?
There is nothing more I can add to that. So, do I get any extras because Laszlo's within 10 feet?
Nope.
Okay.
You get
Saving
+2
throws.
to your saving throws.
Ah!
Thanks to my aura of courage.
Yay! Awesome. So I will be popping back to where I was over here. Out of the way.
Okay. End of your turn. Acererak will use a legendary action. And that will be...
Sorry, I won't be able to move that far back, Aaron. Sorry. Can I just pop myself there? Because I can't move that far. That's...
Okay.
That
So
wouldn't
you
be
move
fair.
yourself there.
Yeah, that would be fair.
So Acererak will use a legendary action and have all of you, since everyone is now within 20 feet of him, roll Constitution saving throws.
Is this a spell?
Nope.
Oh, sugar. Sorry, wrong one. Oh, it's a good roll. Oh, I hit the wrong one.
That's a good roll.
Can I just use that roll?
No,
Add it
you
to
can't.
3? Oh, but it's just
Roll the con
my,
save.
But my
You-
new laptop's really funny and I don't like it.
Your constitution's +3. That's
My new
+8.
laptop's trying to kill me.
There we go. There we go.
Oh.
All right. So this DC is 20. So remembering that Zola is the only one that gets a boost for being within a certain range. So we have a success from Pijo, fail from Zola, success from Tower, fail from Carmen,
Yeah.
fail from Averine, and a success from Laszlo. All right. So this will be not as much as last time, only 44 points of necrotic damage. So 22 points of necrotic to Pijo, 44 to Zola, 22 to Tower, 22 to Laszlo, 44 to Averine, and 44 to Carmen.
You got me.
Are you
Avery is
unconscious?
also unconscious.
Okay.
I am at 3 hit points.
Okay. That was his legendary action. Captain, you start your turn and gain 50 temporary hit points.
Huzzah! I will look at the lich that is the source of so much pain in my life, and I will whisper a vow of enmity against him, giving me advantage for 1 minute against him on all my attack rolls.
Okay.
And I will hit
uses
him.
your bonus action, right?
That is my bonus action, yes.
Okay.
And then I will hit him.
You hope.
I will swing at him.
And miss.
At him again. Oh, hold on. I have a list here. Hold on.
Come on, Laszlo. Come on.
I cannot hit anyone for anything.
You
Okay,
can.
and then I will swing at him again because I get 2. 23?
That'll hit.
Yes!
Why did my earlier attacks of 23 and 25 not hit? Did he have a
Because
shield up?
earlier he had a shield up.
Ah, that is it. Okay. And being very frustrated, I will smite him with my level 2 spell slot that is left. And he is undead, which is 4d8, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So he gets 20 radiant damage in the face.
And psychic.
And psychic
And
damage.
Oh, plus the 3d6 psychic damage.
That was the voice of his god in his head.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Papa Zotto.
You're welcome.
Is there anything I can do with the movement action? I do not know. Just be really frustrated at the man. I will thematically kick him in the shin. Maybe it does nothing. Well,
That's the smite. The kick in the shin is the smite.
Yes, the smite. I attack him and I kick, and there are shiny sparks off the kick from the radiant damage. But yes, I will maintain my position and be done.
Roll a d20, add your strength modifier and your proficiency bonus.
Oh,
Oh,
why is that?
what are you doing?
What is my proficiency bonus? Is this a masterly?
Your proficiency bonus is 4. So a d20 plus 7.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. So, okay. That actually, roll it again because you have advantage. If I remember rightly, you should have... Oh, you've been rolling 3 attacks per turn, haven't you?
Remember the last time D20 was slow, so I hit the command several times, and that's why 3 times. But it should have just been 2. But I whiffed on all 3 of those old ones, so.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, then you missed on these as well. Never mind. Okay. So then we move to Tower.
Tower is going to move to here and then cast Cure Wounds on Averine at 4th level.
Is Acererak concentrating on any spells right now? Probably not.
No.
Okay, thank you.
Actually,
Okay.
It does look like Pal, doesn't it?
Take it out.
So, Averine gains 27 hit points back. Nice. Anything else, Tower?
I was going to finish movement now.
Okay. Pijo.
Moving up there. I'm hunter's marking him, and I'm stabbing.
Okay.
Is that the Lich Dagger?
Sorry,
With the Lich Dagger, yeah.
Sorry, my turn. Sorry, can I retro?
Oh, sorry.
With my bonus action. Sorry.
Okay. All right, Pijo. You
All right.
cast Hunter's Mark.
And now I stab.
Okay.
At
Go ahead and
advantage.
stab.
There we go.
Come on, Pijo. Yes!
Hey! So I'm going to add the Hunter's Mark and the Colossus Slayer.
Do you get an extra point because the Lich Dagger's a +10? Or
I already have that in there.
Oh, okay, cool.
And
I had to add it when I did it. That's all.
Slayer and 66. Is it R/? I saw you were doing
/R space
Okay.
66.
Okay, that's not a great 66, but that's fine. That's more than I could have gotten with just normal 66.
43! And then Pijo saying he couldn't do much. Oh.
I think that's as much as the Paladin did with his Holy Smites. So there you go.
And
No, I only did 20. You did twice as much.
And I'll stab one more time.
Okay. Go ahead and stab.
Okay.
Stabby.
Stab. Oh, I was hoping for it's a advantage because it's the
It'll hit. Yep.
okay. So just Hunter's Mark on this one, no Colossus Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
And 3d6. Ugh. /3d. It's /R space 3d6. Okay.
Go and Pijo.
I know that look.
I know.
We'll meet again, fools,
Oh.
says the Lich. And on that day, I will kill you. With that, Acererak raises his staff and disappears.
Can we say thematically that he disappears as I'm swinging a sword at him, and if it hits the wall, and I curse and hit it repeatedly about how mad I am that he is gone?
Carl's gonna just hug Pijo. She's just gonna be like, oh.
We did it, guys. Let's get out of here. It's not nice.
I will kneel down next to the abomination that I now consider a friend and put my hand on her and give her 5 points of health.
Okay. Acererak disappeared, but in an attempt to make it look like he disappeared of his own will, he didn't. His body turned to dust, his tattered robes, and his staff and talisman dropped to the floor. Acererak is dead. Now, he is a lich, but Pijo, well done for killing Acererak.
Thank
Do
you.
I know that he is not really dead, or do I think that I have killed him?
Because undead are my preferred enemy, and I know Averine might have knowledge, and the paladin.
Okay.
Would be
Now, yeah, you'd know that a lich would be reformed at a phylactery. Laszlo, to answer your question, you're from Thay. You know very well that liches have phylacteries that they would reform to. As our heroes revel in their victory.
All along, we must destroy him.
Okay. I couldn't understand what he said, but we're going to go ahead and take a short break. Do we have a Who's That Monster for tonight? We do. So on your screen, you should see today's Who's That Monster. Go ahead and type in chat as to which creature you believe it'll be. Chances are it will be a creature from a previous session. So join us after our short break and let us know what monster you think that is. All right. Welcome back, everyone, after that short break. So we rejoin our adventurers, as they're reeling after the events of that battle. You guys just you destroyed the Soulmonger. You ended the death curse. You saved so many people, so many souls now free to go off onto the afterlife. And you destroyed the physical body of Acererak. Well done. What do you want to do now?
Sleep. He's just very tired.
The Who's That Monster?
Oh, right.
Yeah. Sorry. Today's Who's That Monster? Thank you. I'm so sorry. It's been 2 weeks. So, on the screen, you'll see today's Who's That Monster, and it was the Atrapal.
Yay!
The monster they fought last week. That was not so much defending, but it was feeding off of the Soulmonger. A bit of backstory: that thing was a god that was in the process of being born, if I remember rightly, when it was dead, when it died, stillborn, and then Acererak found it, took it, started to feed it, wanted to create the god in his own image. It was quite good of him, nurturing a little baby deity, but it was undead, so yeah. What are you guys going to do? A couple of you are hurt quite badly, but
understatement.
There's a very nice shiny staff and a talisman on the floor. What are you guys going to do?
How shiny are we saying here?
Oh, you would pick it up straight away.
Well, I'm going to pick up that talisman straight away. The staff has. I'm not interested in that.
Okay. The talisman just teems with magical energy, just powerful auras.
I put it on. Is it on I assume it's on a necklace?
Oh yeah, it's a big thing. Like the charm itself is like a huge devil face.
Well, I'll still put that on, and I'll just look at Avery. Avery, look what I got. It's really shiny.
It doesn't literally look like it suits you.
Yeah, just for now.
It looks very aggressive.
Well, we'll see.
Can you fly with that? Is it heavy?
I'm going to try flying with it.
Yeah, it's not too heavy.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to be able to get a lot of good use out of this.
You're going to need to identify it or spend a short rest playing with it to learn its capabilities.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to wear it for now because I can't identify it. Oh, I guess, Avery, do you want to tell me what this does?
Maybe after we've had a moment to heal up.
Fair enough. Enough.
Avery, do we have the stuff of healing? Can we do a mass cure wounds?
Well, I can do that. If you want to save the stuff.
If you have enough spell power left, Carmen, we need to tell the world. We need to tell the world that the crisis is over. I'm sure that a whole lot of people are dying from mere stress levels alone.
Okay, so I have got I've got a bit because I mainly just hit him, to be fair. So we've got a few options. I can, if we want to rest and take a good long rest, then I can pop up the hut if we feel like that's the right thing to do. If we feel like we're safe, we can stay down here for another so many hours. I can do sending, so I can send a message out and tell people. Zola, if you want me to, I've got a few, so I can tell whoever we need to tell, and I've also got mass cure wounds as well. So if you all just huddle in, I think we're all close enough anyway. But I can.
Well, we, as you may recall, we just rested before we kicked in this door and killed all the things. I'm not sure that we could sit for 8 hours. I am tired, but I am not sleepy. If that makes sense. I could use a good hour, but not 8 hours. If you know what I mean.
Okay. So we could have a short rest maybe, and cure wound that gives extra.
I think if we could heal up a little bit first, and then take a short rest in case anyone else pops in. I think those hags are still about. I don't know if they're permanently afeared of us, but
okay. So mass cure wounds then.
Okay. Everyone gains 20 hit points.
I'm guessing, do we The temporary hit points, now that Acererak is gone, what happens with those?
If you've still got temporary hit points left over after that battle, then they stay until the end of your next long rest.
Awesome. Okay,
Cool.
Which, it's worth mentioning, you have only just had a long rest. So you've got to wait at least another, I'd say, 14 hours, at least 14, 15 hours before you can take another long rest.
Okay.
Everybody still looks sort of fairly rough. Commander to me, try something else, and I'll cast Healing Spirit at third level.
Rather than being the dark skin, so perhaps we can go down closer to the room with the lava, where it is perhaps a bit warmer and a bit more light. Well, I guess there is a giant atropal carcass in there as well. Not sure if we want to be walking around in that, so I don't know.
I'm going to grab a beer first, if that's okay.
Tower's going to look down. Are the tentacles still going crazy?
They've calmed down.
Okay. All right, so there is a healing spirit in front of Averine that people can go around if they want to do that, and I've done it at third level, so it's 2d6 10 times.
Okay. So it ends up being 20 d6 worth of healing for everyone. Okay, so everyone gains 77 hit points. Obviously, you can't go over your max.
I'm curious, with the death curse lifted, how are these maximum hit point drains affecting us now that the curse is lifted?
The curse made it permanent.
Mm-hmm.
As such, all of the other effects that dropped it down, they were permanent when they were done, so they remain permanent. Any subsequent attempts to decrease your hit point maximum would not be permanent.
Okay, but these can't be rested off.
No, they can't be rested off.
Zola.
Some things do come back after a long rest, right?
Yes, but what I'm saying is, while you were under the effect of the death curse that was happening, any effect that did say you would regain your maximum hit points at a long rest is actually negated, and it was made permanent. What I'm saying is, from this point on, any additional features or things that reduce your hit point maximum again, those would be temporary. But everything that was previous will not come back at the end of a long rest.
So we're going to have a short rest?
Do you want one?
We totally leveled up after defeating Acererak in the thingy.
Oh, you definitely level up at your next long rest.
Long rest?
Long rest.
Well, the Acererak seemed to come out from that mist-shrouded area. And there are these platforms around that lava area. Perhaps if we can find a way there, maybe investigating what's going on over there would be good. Now that I've received all these healing magics, I don't feel much like I need a rest.
Sorry, actually, Teo, I was looking at this, the Lich Dagger that I killed Acererak with. It says if it kills a creature, it has a chance to absorb its soul. Would that interfere with his phylactery in the way that works?
No, he specifically does not have a soul, and that's the point. His body has no soul in it.
Okay, got it. So if I stabbed his phylactery, that might be different, but
if you could find his phylactery.
Well, right, that's the real that's the trap.
I no longer feel tired or sleepy, so let us go examine the rest of the room for dangers.
I guess I'll touch that staff that was on the ground and see what that's all about.
Okay. Are you going to identify it?
Did you identify the talisman?
Yeah, it's been done.
I haven't yet.
No one's identified the talisman. I just made it public for you just so that you can see the picture.
What is going on with that sphere of his?
It stays inert. It's uncontrolled as of right now. Averine, you identify the Staff of the Forgotten One. It is an artifact, and requires attunement by a sorcerer, warlock, or wizard. This crooked staff is carved from bone and topped with the skull of a forgotten archmage, whom Acererak destroyed long ago. The important thing is while the staff is on your person, you gain the following benefits. Your proficiency bonus to Intelligence, Arcana, and Intelligence History check is doubled. You can't be blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, petrified, or stunned. Undead with a challenge rating of 2 or lower will neither threaten nor attack you unless you harm them. And you can wield the staff as a +3 quarterstaff that deals an extra 3d6 necrotic damage on a hit. The Staff of the Forgotten One has 7 charges and regains 1d4 plus 3 expended charges daily at dawn. While holding the staff, you can use an action to expend 1 charge and target 1 creature you can see within 60 feet of you. The target must succeed on a con save using your spell save DC or be cursed. Well, just like the curse that you had. The target can't regain hit points and has vulnerability to necrotic damage. There is, however, the downside. The Forgotten One himself. The bodiless life force of a dead archmage empowers the staff and is imprisoned within it. The rune carved in the staff skull protects Acererak from this spirit's vengeance. Each time a creature other than Acererak expends any of the staff's charges, there is a 50% chance that the life force tries to possess the staff wielder. The wielder must succeed on a charisma saving throw or be possessed, becoming an NPC under the DM's control. If the intruding life force is targeted by magic, it gets pushed back. You can destroy the staff in a myriad of ways. A creature in possession of the staff can use an action to break it over a knee or a solid surface. The staff is destroyed and releases its remaining magic in an explosion that expands to fill a 30-foot radius sphere. Each creature in the area must make a DC 18 dex save or take 132 points of force damage, or, well, 24d10 force damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. When the staff is destroyed, the life force of the Forgotten One is released to the afterlife. Where it goes is anyone's guess. Of course, you can cast the staff into a sphere of annihilation, destroying both the staff and the life force trapped within it. The staff doesn't explode if destroyed in this manner, but its destruction causes the sphere to be destroyed as well.
You can say that again.
So, as a powerful staff, should anyone choose to attune to it?
Does it say
like
it on your
worth
person?
destroying.
You get the following benefits. Do you have to attune to it to just have it on your person?
You have to attune to it first
Okay.
in order to gain any of its benefits. But once you've attuned to it, if it's on your person, you gain those benefits.
And does Avery know what the sphere of annihilation is and how it works generally?
I would say generally you would have a rough idea of how it works. It's something that bears understanding, but if you were to identify the talisman, you would understand exactly how a sphere of annihilation works, since the talisman gives you extra control over the sphere.
Piju, do you want me to identify that thing?
Yes, please.
This thing is possessed by a spirit, so you might be interested to know what's going on with that talisman. I identify it.
Okay. So the talisman, legendary, requires attunement. When you make an Arcana check to control a sphere of annihilation, which you now would then understand how a sphere of annihilation works, while you are holding this talisman, you double your proficiency bonus on the check. In addition, when you start your turn with control over a sphere of annihilation, you can use your action to levitate it 10 feet plus a number of additional feet equal to 10 times your intelligence modifier.
So 10 plus negative 20 feet.
Yes.
Great.
But Acererak's intelligence modifier was 8, which is why he was able to move at 90 feet. People without the talisman would be limited to 5 times their intelligence modifier.
Avery, can we use that to destroy the front door?
Perhaps.
Well, Aberrine, I think I'm not going to be able to use this thing at all, so maybe someone else can take it. It's kind of giving me the willies anyway.
what does everyone want to do with these items? I don't feel particularly confident about using the staff. While there's a spirit inside it, I'd like to set it free, but it looks like if I did so, it would put us all at great risk.
Well, so carry it until a time comes you can deal with it. We are still in the dungeon. We do not have to resolve everything now. You could carry it with you.
Throw it into the lava.
But then it will explode.
Down there, though.
Down there.
That it might spread the lava all over our cells.
Yeah.
But I did not suggest you stand close to it.
I can fly up really high.
If you are concerned about the spirit inside, the lava may not destroy it. And if it goes in there, we're not getting it back. So if you are concerned about the spirit inside, that may just be a prison for the spirit.
Or you can just wait to mess with it at all until you're out of here in a controlled environment with supervision.
Yes.
That is a really good idea. My uncle could help with this.
What about this sphere? You said this talisman helps control it?
Yes.
I have to attune to it, which means I'll have to unattune to something else, which I can do because I guess I suddenly feel less at threat of imminent death, so I can unattune to the ghost lantern and begin attuning to this necklace. However, we'll need to stick around here for an hour or so because I don't want to try to control the sphere without this device.
Well, why don't you do that while we examine the rest of the room?
You want to examine the rest of the room without Avery?
I see various jars. Jars and are there jars and urns over there?
Yeah.
There are a whole bunch of jars over on the other side.
And do the supports? You can walk on the supports. Well,
yep.
So did the soulmonger exploding ruin the supports or anything?
No, the supports are fine. The soulmonger more like cracked like a broken glass. Ooh. Allowing everything to go straight up. So its structure itself is still intact.
Well, I will go and look at the soulmonger to see if there is anything more to see, and then if not, I will go look at the urns and jars.
There is nothing left to see inside there. All the souls have been freed and have gone up. So you can then go across towards either of the landings. When you look at these, Laszlo, actually, I'd say you have a particular benefit towards this. You've seen these kinds of things before. I'd let you roll history or arcana to be able to understand what these things are.
History or arcana, but not religion?
Not religion. It's not a religious thing.
That's a bummer because I suck at both of those. And I suck at them equally well. That's great.
I bet you're better at them than I am, though.
An 18. Okay, you recognize these. These are phylacteries.
Ooh.
Every single one of them on both balconies are all separate phylacteries.
So,
and they all appear to be used phylacteries.
Oh.
Now, your understanding of the way phylacteries work, a lich does not have more than one phylactery. He crafts one phylactery for himself, and then from that point on, when their physical body dies, they reform within a couple days next to their phylactery.
But if you kill a phylactery, the lich could make a new one as long as he's still alive. Is that right?
Yes, but the act of creating them is a grueling task by itself, such that most liches usually only do one.
They'd have to know.
And
that.
is it like the whole jar is necessary, or is there like a scroll of parchment inside? You pull that out, and that's what you need. Because Laszlo might have a new life purpose at this point, hunting down and killing witches.
So you need the entire thing. The entire container becomes a phylactery. Now you would know that a phylactery cannot just be cracked or just broken to destroy it. The very ritual that is used to craft a phylactery changes the nature of the container in it such that it becomes immune to damage, and there's a very specific method of doing it. It's possible to, with enough time and research, to be able to both identify which lich and how to destroy their phylactery, if you wanted to take each of these phylacteries with you.
Well, because I am thinking, identify the lich, go and kill the lich, and then before they can reform, destroy the phylactery, and then have like a library with all these jars, and it's like, that's my job, to kill all these people. But I do not have very big hands, and just my sword and my shield. Can anyone help me carry all these jars and vessels?
Can we use the Sphere of Annihilation to annihilate the phylacteries?
Well, but my concern with that is if you destroy it, the lich may know, and then it is a difficult process, but they may make another one, so the lich would still exist. I would like to find the lich, kill him, and then destroy the phylactery. Like, what if right now we had the Acererak's phylactery, and we could be like, oh, and then destroy it, and then that finish would be done forever.
My question is, would the lich know that his phylactery has been destroyed? And additionally, why are they here?
Could you imagine a safer place than the tomb where himself would appear? It is very likely these liches owe Acererak a favor. They are like friends. Well, not friends, but like maybe, oh, this little lich grew up down the street from me, and family, their favor, so they have to help him out. So I leave his phylactery in my little dungeon where it'll be safe. And then in exchange, they,
but why
help me with things,
why does he have them here? Why would he put them in his most sacred place?
Oh no, this place is not sacred. This place is safe. That is why the Atropol and the Soulmonger was here. It is very secure.
I know, but he is allowing other liches to come directly to this place that we had to work very hard to get to.
Oh no, it is not like they teleport magically to the phylactery. I suspect
he would have to trust them very much to have them come to this place. No.
Oh, I see. Has control over these individuals, that they must do his bidding. It's quite possible, rather than have them here for safekeeping, he has them here hostage to threaten to destroy them if the liches do not obey his commands.
I'd like to know what I know about phylacteries, whether or not destroying a phylactery would alert a lich, and if I know what happens when a lich dies in relation to its phylactery.
Okay. Roll an Arcana check.
It looks like Carmen is trying to speak, but she is muted in a cone of silence.
I see a 33 and a 14. Averine.
I did the 33 when I was thinking about it, but I didn't want to interrupt folks when they were talking. But I did the 14 after you called for the roll.
I'll give it to you. So just because of the situation. So yes, you would know that you'd know about a phylactery, what it does, how it works. The phylactery is not only it's mostly where liches will trap other creatures' souls so that they can then feed on them. If a lich feeds on them regularly enough, then they can remain young. If a lich doesn't feed as regularly as it should, then it becomes more undead looking. You would you want to know all about Specifically, if a phylactery is destroyed, if you manage to successfully destroy a phylactery, the Lich knows. A Lich also knows at all times where its phylactery is. It just always senses that location. As such, it can teleport to that location, or when it dies, it can be reformed at full health and hit points and capabilities within 1d10 days of the body's death.
All right. So do I know that destroying a phylactery is generally difficult, and when a Lich dies, it returns to its phylactery? Do I know those two things?
Yes. Yes, you do.
Okay. I recommend that we put all the phylacteries in the lava. They'll not be destroyed, and when the Liches die, they'll return in lava.
Can we tell which one belongs to which Lich? As in, which one's Valindra's, perhaps?
It'll require a lot of
We
research.
could figure out the
investigation
identity,
to be
but
able
it
to
would
do so.
require a great deal of investigation.
I just want to make sure she's not going to come back for me.
Oh, sure.
Can you tell if one is active or not? She would be reforming
Yeah.
in it at this time.
Well,
She'd be trying to form back inside it.
If she is here.
It doesn't work that way. They
Okay.
don't form inside
Sorry.
of it.
Sorry.
It's a case of
I
specifically
made that up. I'm sorry.
a Lich's body turns to dust when they drop to 0 hit points, and their equipment is left behind. The Lich gains a new body after 1d10 days, regaining all its hit points and becoming active again. The new body appears within 5 feet of the phylactery. So they're not like stored within the phylactery for those 10 days. They appear within 5 feet of it. Yes, granted. Throw all these into the lava pit. When a Lich has to reform, it'll reform in the lava pit.
That sounds good.
Let us do this.
Do we have anything that can withstand extreme heat so we could attach everything and they will sink to the bottom? Because having them floating on the top is less useful than, say, if they go down 30, 40 feet into lava.
Well, they're quite heavy. Won't they sink anyway?
Oh, I do not know much about molten rock. I am not a geologist. I am a paladin.
Can they be plane shifted to the plane of water?
What is a geologist?
It is a type of gnomish tinkerer in my land who studies all about mountains and rocks.
Excuse me, can I interrupt real quick? Sorry, guys. Before we go fiddling with anything else, Carmen, would you please tell the world what we've done? Anyone?
I was trying to get your attention. So I'm thinking I'm gonna message Loic, but is there anything you want me to say for him to say to Grigori for you?
Get your butt back here.
I was thinking maybe something more romantic, but yeah, we can go with that. That's fine.
Not here directly.
Not
because
here.
He would not be able to get out again. That's that.
He can meet us by the door, maybe.
Whatever.
Okay.
Is Loic gonna tell the world?
Yeah, he'll be
Or
able
do we need to
to
contact
tell
somebody
people. He'll be able to tell other people. So I won't have to use too many spells. I could just use the one, and then he'll be able to kind of tell more people for us.
Okay.
I'm thinking it might just be a quicker way of doing it.
Cool. All right.
So okay. So I'll do message.
You'll send a sending. Okay.
Yeah.
The real question is if it'll get out of the tomb or not now that Acererak's dead, if that block is still up or not.
It wasn't blocked. He was just listening in.
Yeah, he was just being nosy.
Okay.
Well,
So what's the sending? What's the message you send?
So
You get
message
20
to send
25 words.
25 is Soulmonger destroyed, Acererak dead. Tell everyone. Tell Grigori to get his butt back here. Now trying to escape tomb. Any suggestions? Love you.
Okay.
So now that he's dead, do we know if the magic works in here?
Did you get a reply?
I haven't had a reply yet.
You've not had a reply.
There is
And
a 5% chance.
You don't get a reply.
Okay.
Then perhaps try somebody else.
Now, I know that the tomb here is different than my tomb there. But in my tomb, you could not shout out of the tomb when you went in. That was it. Is it the same here or not?
I have done previously. I know Loic is on a different plane, and I know that sometimes it can be a bit hit and miss that it reaches them on another plane.
Then perhaps try your father. He cannot message your uncle.
But then I've not been able to get through to him before, so I'm hoping he's also on this plane. He should be.
Well, while you are doing that, I'm going to be pitching phylacteries into lava.
Okay.
One would hope your father would be here to comfort you if we had failed. So.
Yeah. So I'll do another sending then, but this time to Daddy.
Okay. How many phylacteries are you throwing into the pit?
I mean, one at a time, and then just all of them. It is a process like cleaning a room. Just, woo, woo.
I try to cast Mage Hand on one of them to see if Mage Hand works.
You technically got advantage on strength checks, right?
No, Mage Hand doesn't work.
Okay, thank you.
The spells are still restricted in that regard. So you send another sending. Is the sending spell, the message going to be similar?
Yeah, it'll be to my father. It'll be, I love you, blah, blah, blah. We're alive. We killed him. Tell as many people as possible the curse is over.
Okay. Almost immediately after you send the message, you'll hear the response. Great, we're on our way.
Yes! Daddy's coming. And she's going to grab Tower's arm and look all excited up at him.
What? Is your father coming?
He's coming!
This is good news, but maybe tell him not to come in here. He may not be able to escape.
Well, no, I'm not asking him to come in here. I'm just saying we're on our way out. But I would have said a similar message of we're on our way out. So, don't physically come into the tomb. Obs. But she's kind of looking all kind of girly and all happy up at Tower.
He gives you a hug.
And it's like, we get to go home. I can show you the castle. I can show you the flying castle.
I would like to see this flying castle.
Yeah. And I'll introduce you to my mum, but just be patient with my mum. She'll get there. It'll be fine. It won't just be a thing. Don't worry.
Why do I need to be patient with your mother?
No, my mum can be a bit funny. It's fine.
Funny with what? Why would I like funny people?
Yeah. Okay, we'll go with that. Okay.
Laszlo.
Yes.
Roll the wisdom saving throw.
Sorry, I glitched out for a bit. What?
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
After you
Wisdom
throw in
save.
the 8th phylactery into the lava.
The 8th phylactery.
It seems to almost pop and explode as it hits the lava, and that 8th phylactery has been destroyed.
Ooh.
As you threw it into the lava.
Let's get out of here now.
1, 2, 3.
Let's go.
Let's go up.
So we're not taking the sphere then, is that right? I haven't attuned to this thing yet.
Are we not going through where it came from? Perhaps this phylactery is on the other side.
Well, Acererak came through that mist. We should check out what's on the other side of the mist.
Yes.
Is there a clear way to get there from here?
Not really a very clear one.
I'm pretty sure that I can carry Averine. So as long as she holds on to me and I hold on to her, I might be able to cross that small gap.
I can cast Fly on myself, and if...
No, guys, do you see? Guys?
Yes.
Laszlo, you
Yes.
threw a bunch of phylacteries into the lava.
All of them,
You
as many
do.
as you will let me throw.
Yeah, and you were throwing constantly. The 8th one that threw in exploded. He knew what was going on. The lich whose phylactery it was knew that it got destroyed. Tried to scry on you. Couldn't. Came to investigate. We're going to roll for initiative.
Oh no!
Yes, I will kill him. This is my... It's like my birthday, but better.
That's a terrible initiative roll.
Oh God!
Okay. Has everyone rolled? Looks like everyone has. So, top of the round, Tower and Zola get to act at the same time and do what they wish to do. Zola appears to already be out, so I don't know if Zola would know that a lich has just teleported next to Laszlo's position.
Nah, she just probably not. She's just while talking to everybody, Laszlo has been chucking these vases off of the balcony in the background, just casual as you like. So she's been slowly taking steps back ever since.
Okay. All right. So what would you be doing on this particular turn?
Me,
you
I
guys
would
get because you and Tower rolled the same. You guys can choose who goes first, and I'd say Tower could inform you that a lich has just appeared.
Yeah.
Well, I was calling it out when he showed up, at least on the map, before initiative started. But
so, what do you guys want to do?
Tower will just go, another lich behind you. Get to the.
I'll just be running.
Okay.
Fourth level moonbeam.
Okay.
I'm going, and do you know what? Let me measure that out. I'm going to move back 2 places and then cast fourth level moonbeam on him.
Okay. All right. On his position. Sounds good. Anything else from you, Tower?
Yeah, I'm just gonna put that in there, and then carbon move, and then move back behind it.
Okay. Then Zola, you moved to get closer to it, and that was your entire turn, right?
Yeah, but I took the place where Tower was standing, so he moves back at the same time I move forward and do a little do-si-do, and it's cool.
At the end of Tower's turn, the lich will use a legendary action to make a paralyzing touch attack to Laszlo.
Is it a magic attack?
No, it's just a melee weapon attack with his necrotic fingers.
It is not a spell?
Nope.
That is a shame.
Yep. And it's a 25 to hit you.
Oh, I have a 22 now.
So it hits?
Yes.
Okay. You take 12 points of cold damage. And I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
I believe I still have advantage.
You're fine. You're good. All right. Then it is Captain Laszlo's turn.
Because I cannot be surprised, Papazotto was like, oh, you should look out. So I am ready to go, and I laugh so excitedly. And I will, as a bonus action, cast a Wrathful Smite. With, like... Yes.
And you know what? I'll counterspell your Wrathful Smite.
Then we'll attack this fellow.
Okay. It was a bit choppy. Did you hear that I counterspelled your Wrathful Smite?
No, I did not hear that, but I attack him anyway.
Okay.
And I miss, and I hit him again. And I miss again. Whiff! Such freaking whiff! But I laugh and say, I missed the last guy too, but in the end it was mine, and I am done.
Okay. Then at the end.
Oh, question! His counterspell. When he counterspells my Wrathful Smite, I get to make a reaction attack against him with my Mage Slayer.
Yes, if you would like. Yep.
Yes, that is. I have not yet been able to actually use that feat for any purpose this whole game. So we are hoping. So I
That
hit
will
him
hit.
with
Yes, you hit him.
I will add a smite to that. Yes, and I will add my last spell slot worth of smite to him. He is undead, so that is 3d8, I believe.
Yep.
That is wrong. That is 15 radiant damage.
Okay. All right. Anything else from you, Captain?
I killed your master, I'll kill you too. And then I am done.
Okay. Then at the end of your turn, he's going to attack you with a cantrip. It is at disadvantage because it's a ranged cantrip attack against you. So let me roll 2.
And do I get my reaction back at the end of my turn?
No, just beginning of your turn.
Okay.
Yeah, you get your reactions back at the beginning of your turn. All right, that is 26 with the disadvantage.
Hits. With
Okay.
disadvantage.
With disadvantage. I rolled a 14 and an 18, and it's got a plus 12. So, that's 19 points of cold damage, and your speed is reduced by 10.
Math is hard. 19. Okay.
Okay. Carmen.
Carmen's going to use her last level 2 spell slot and good old favourite silence because he's a lich.
You're going to cast silence on his position?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything else from you, Carmen?
I will move a little bit closer. So I'm down here.
Okay. Averine.
I will cast telekinesis and try to take hold of him.
Okay.
So it's still not going to populate anything, but intelligence.
Go ahead and make your check.
10.
That will fail this time.
I have it up.
Okay. Right. It is the Lich's turn. Okay. You cast silence, Carmen. So kind of annoys the Lich more than anything else does. So he will move away from Laszlo, provoking an attack of opportunity.
Do I get that from my... Didn't I use my reaction already?
Yeah, true. You've already used your reaction. And he will move outside the radius of the silence and cast a spell.
Okay.
I would like to counterspell it.
Okay, and he would like to counterspell your counterspell.
My counterspell is at 4th level. That's the only slot I have left up there.
Okay, he cast it at 3rd, so that is a successful counterspell on his regard. Your counterspell fails. Carmen.
Yes.
Do you have less than 100 hit points?
We missed you. We will miss you.
Unfortunately, that means Carmen dies as he cast Power Word Kill. That ends the silence, and he'll end his turn there. Pijo, what are you going to do?
Oh, excuse me. He moved into my movement speed, even at half. 5, 10, 15, 20. And I'm going to be up in the air above him here. I'm going to, flap around, and I'm going to stab. Oh, I'm going to move my hunter's mark to him, because has it been less than an hour since...
Yeah, no, it's been over an hour, because...
I'll cast it again, then.
Has it been over an hour?
Because we didn't take a short rest,
hasn't.
So I presume it hasn't.
Yeah, it's still within an hour.
All right, so then I'll move it there as a bonus action in stabby stab.
Okay.
There's my stabby stab. Does that hit? 19?
19 will not... no, that will hit. That will hit him. He's not a special lich. He's just a normal lich, so that does hit.
All right, great. So let me... Hunter's Mark, Colossus Slayer. And no extra 3d6, so I'm just going to do it again then. All right, that hits too.
Yep.
So I was here, 10, 15, 20. All right, so then I'm just staying where I am. Shield up. Dagger out.
Okay.
I cast Moonbeam on him at the beginning of his turn.
Right.
Okay. So, con save from him was 29. So, he would take half damage. Do you want to roll?
Yeah.
$25, so he takes 12. Okay. Okay. Anything else from you, Pijo?
No.
Okay. At the end of your turn, he's going to use all 3 legendary actions to require everyone within 20 feet of him, which includes Averine, Pijo, and Captain, to roll Constitution saving throws.
If only I had advantage.
So, a fail from Laszlo, success from Averine, and a fail from Pijo. So, as a success, you still take half damage. So, 27 points of necrotic damage to Laszlo, 27 points of necrotic damage to Pijo, and 13 points of necrotic damage to Averine. Zola.
I look down at Carmen. I look up at the lich, down at Carmen, up the lich, and then I'll brandish my blades and say, "I'm going to make you bleed from every orifice you have." "21.
21 will hit.
Bad sneak attack roll, and then again.
Will hit.
Cool.
Anything else from you, Zola?
Nope.
Tower.
Tower's gonna come around the corner and then look down at Carmen, and I'm going to have to roll. See if he's going to fucking flip out.
Oh, and Aaron's gonna show up in the big flying castle, and we're just gonna...
No, he's all right. He's
so sad.
He's gonna lose he's not losing his shit. So because he knows he can bring her back.
Bloody hope so. Well, you've got to explain a lot to Mummy, Daddy.
At least it happened after the curse was lifted.
Right. So I'll move. We'll shift Moonbeam across to him again.
Okay.
That's all I can do, but and then move behind there.
Captain Laszlo.
You should have come for me. I will go and attack him.
I would like you to know it would be you that would have died. But she made it so I couldn't.
Oh, you would have done better to run. And I will kill you. And I will kill him.
He's dead.
You will miss the attack. 13.
Do I get advantage for flanked at all?
Flanking.
Yeah.
Pijo's up in the air, isn't he?
Zola.
Still in melee, though.
All right. We'll say he's flanked. I mean, right now, you don't really have... But yeah, we'll go for it. Yeah, it's a bit of an awkward... Maybe if you swung with an uppercut.
Yeah. The swing's coming from down below and up.
Yep. So that hits.
For all 4 damage. And then I'm going to try to shove him into the lava.
Okay.
I make
So
a
roll an
strength
athletics check.
Yeah.
Yep.
Come on.
Yes! Yes! That's a roll.
And a shove is what? 10 feet or 5 feet?
15. Oh, excuse me, 5. See,
I was going to say.
What a pull.
Say a shove. Using the attack action,
I guess
you
5
can
feet
make a
away.
spaceful melee attack to shove a creature, either to knock it prone or push it away from you.
I knock it prone. Away doesn't do me any good.
You knock it prone.
Away
Yeah.
knocks it into the...
Because away, I can't push him into the lava. He would just fall prone next to Zola and Pijo. So
Technically, that is away from you, is it?
If you kind of throw him that way.
I mean, if I can, pursuant to the rules, throw him into lava, great. But if I really can't shove him into the lava, I'll just push him prone.
Roll a persuasion check.
On the DM.
With Gregori's persuasion, right?
Yeah, with Gregori's
Gregori's
persuasion.
Technically,
Yeah.
With advantage from calm and spirit.
I'm just no.
Unfortunately, no. Away from you is away from you.
Sure. So he's prone.
Okay. Yeah, so he's gone prone. Anything else, Captain?
No.
Okay.
You know what? As a bonus action, I'm going to use... No, that's stupid. Go ahead. I'm done.
Unfortunately, Carmen is dead. So, Aberreen.
I'll try to take hold of him with my telekinesis.
Okay. He is prone. It doesn't make any difference, but
16.
he gets 17. Sorry.
This guy's harder than this Acererak.
I know.
That's it.
Anything else from you, Averine? Okay. On his turn.
Moonbeam.
Moonbeam. Yep, good
And
point.
he's got disadvantage because he's prone.
Prone doesn't give disadvantage on dex saves.
It's a con save anyway.
Yeah, it was a con save.
Con
anyway.
save, true. Yeah, it's a con
Sorry,
save.
sorry, yeah, sorry. I thought it was a dex, but I thought it gave disadvantage to dex.
No, the creature just has disadvantage on attack rolls if it's prone. All right, so a con save, it needs to roll. It's got a plus 10 to con. So that's a 27. So it takes half damage at 9 points of damage. It's looking pretty bad. It is going to stand up because there's no reason why it can't stand up. And then is going to cast a spell.
I'm going to attack him.
I don't have any counter spells.
You don't have any counter spells? Okay. So the spell in which he is going to cast is a Disintegrate
Oh god.
at Laszlo.
Oh no.
I don't know. 8 points.
Double check.
Should be.
Yeah, you should be
It's 100 points less, right?
No, so
I've only
Disintegrate
got
is
92.
actually roll for it. So he's going to upcast Disintegrate to 8th level. So the damage is 16d6 plus 40. So go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw.
16d6 plus 40? 40?
Yep. Plus
Interesting.
40. Okay. 17 is unfortunately a failure.
Bummer.
19, technically. Isn't it?
No,
No,
that's for you guys. I've already added mine to my rolls.
Yeah. So it is, because it's the damage increases by 3d6 for each spell slot above 6th. He's casting it at 8th, so 16d6 plus 40. Gotta love these nice big spells.
Who's gotta love them?
85. You take 85 points.
I am still alive.
By how much? 7?
7.
7.
You had the bonus hit points too, right? Are those still there?
Oh, those got eaten up in the first with his stupid cantrips.
Right.
Which, if he had done Power Word Kill at me, I still had 100 HP when he cast it at Carmen.
It would have killed you, but took you down to 7. Okay, so that is his action to cast that spell. We go to Peach.
I get to make a melee basic attack because he casts a spell
Yes,
right
you
next to
do.
him.
Yes, you do. Also roll a Constitution saving throw to keep concentration on Shield of Faith.
Oh, I dropped Shield of Faith. It's been down to
you dropped
22 because it's only 10 minutes. It hasn't been an hour, but it's been more than 10. So I've been assuming it's at 22 this whole time.
21 hits for 21 points of damage. Okay. Pijo.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna keep on slashing this guy. Seems like I killed Acererak and can kill you too, you big old stupid pain in the piece
You
of
tell him.
lich. Yeah.
That hits, Pijo.
Yeah, it hits. Because he's a jerk.
Disadvantage because jerk.
And I'm going to do it again.
Okay. So
And that hits
20
too.
points of damage there. The 22, yep, that'll hit for another 6. He's looking very weak now.
And I'm going to just spit on him.
Okay.
And just stand my ground.
All right. At the end of your turn, all 3 legendary actions, everyone within 20 feet needs to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
Yes. Oh.
So it is a failure from Pijo,
Yeah.
success from Zola, success from Averine, and a success from Laszlo. So 19 points of necrotic damage to Pijo, and 9 points of necrotic damage to everyone else.
I spit on
I
him
am
again.
down.
You are down. Zola.
Is he down?
He's not dead, but he is down. Zola, what are you going to do?
Thinking about it, because Laszlo being down now changes things. I could either do the healing kit thing. We all have healing kits. But this guy is looking pretty
Take him
wounded.
out.
Oh, yeah.
Kill him.
Pretty bad.
Kill him.
So wounded. All right.
It's what Laszlo would have wanted.
Uncommon.
Pretty sure that hits.
Yep, that hits.
Okay. And then again with the offhand.
Okay. So with this one slash with the cutlass and then a backhand with the or offhand with the bookmark, how do you kill the lich?
I told him I was going to make him bleed from every orifice, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Dagger in the ear, blade up the chest, just
Conservative.
start carving into him. Yeah. Once he falls, his body turns to ash. Thankfully, you had destroyed his phylactery, as per him being summoned. So, hey, that's a lich actually destroyed.
Nice. Can I rush over to Laszlo now and
That
stabilize
lich
him?
didn't happen. Like, Zola doesn't, like, recognize that lich. Does she? Like, you know, maybe
nope.
Grigori made a deal with him?
Nope.
Tower's going to cast Healing Word at 3rd level.
Okay, so that'll pick up Captain Laszlo. We don't have to worry about that. Do any of you have Revivify?
The Healing Word will be don't throw any more of those damn things in the lava.
Sorry, I thought they were a lot more resilient. And I do not have Revivify.
Okay.
No, the tower's going to fall down next to Carmen. And
So how much healing do I get on that? 5 plus 7?
So 12.
Sure. All right.
I have a spell. I can bring her back. Now the thing is destroyed. I can bring her back, but I need the rest. She's not dead. And he's going to stroke the top of her head, and he's going to pick her up.
Oh, I've got my own little big blue giant looking after me. It's what dead Carmen's thinking.
We must get out of here, but I can bring her back. She will see her parents again.
Okay. How are you going to get out? And Laszlo, have you learnt your lesson?
Oh, my enthusiasm for destroying these things is not diminished. But certainly we can wait.
Okay.
Are you able to heal up any of your own wounds, Laszlo?
Yes. I can also use the benevolent nature of my god's power to help others if necessary, but I cannot bring her back.
I can do this. I just need a day. I have the power.
All of the trickster gods inside of you will inform each of you you can leave through the Misty Gate. If you can get across to that last balcony, which is a 20-foot jump, you can leave the tomb through that gate.
We can
Hey,
have
thou! Yeah.
I still have telekinesis up, so I can bring everyone across, no problem.
Moa, what's going to happen to you if we cross through that gate?
Moa can't tell a lie. I'll go back to my resting place.
No, do you have to?
I can't leave here.
Why not? Do you know why? We can fix it. We can break it.
I don't know why. I just know that every time we have tried, we've been unable to leave.
Wait, you've tried before? So you
There have
occupied
been others. You're not my first. I'm sorry.
dejected.
Others have failed. Others ran away. Others tried to get out. Some even managed to get out the front door. But all of them, we were unable to go with them.
But you're attached to an item right now. Has anyone ever taken that item outside of the tomb before?
No, they haven't.
You want to try one more time?
I have faith in you.
Okay, well, we'll do what we can, of course.
Okay.
So like I said, I can telekinesis everyone across, but my telekinesis will not last long enough for me to keep that up and keep the attuned to this talisman. And so, shall we try to cross, or shall we wait till I attune to the talisman? It doesn't sound like, from what the gods are saying, that we need the sphere to escape.
Should we destroy the staff so that our objects don't get into the wrong hands?
No, we were talking before about doing stuff to the staff in a controlled environment, in a safe area.
Makes sense.
We don't know what
Science.
it's going to do. Yeah.
Or magic.
Wisdom.
Yeah.
Does anyone have extra carrying capacity? I'd like to empty my secret chest and put everything into a normal carrying container.
Why? Why now?
You're muted. and slow.
I was thinking aloud. I do that sometimes. My lips move, but I do not say anything. I am pretty strong, and I am not carrying much, and I still have my big shield on my back we can use like a sled to drag things.
If it's all right with you, can you carry all of our very priceless treasures?
Sure. Yes, that is not a problem.
All right. So I summon the chest. I empty it everything out except for the Ring of Winter.
Okay.
Then I shunt the chest back into the ethereal plane.
Okay.
And then I take my tiny chest and I chuck it into the sphere of annihilation.
Ooh.
Grigori is so unhappy.
As per the spell, Averine, I know we've discussed this beforehand, but what happens to the little chest that has the Ring of Winter in it?
Well, the big chest has the Ring of Winter.
Yeah, the big chest, sorry. The big chest with the Ring of Winter in it.
If the little chest is destroyed, the spell ends. If the spell ends when the chest is on the ethereal plane, then the chest and all of its contents are irretrievably lost.
Mm-hmm.
In the astral plane.
Irretrievably
Right?
lost in the astral plane. The ethereal?
Yes.
Okay. Either way, I would assume that the idea that it's irretrievably lost just flat out means no more Ring of Winter in the universe. At all.
In theory.
In theory. Whew, so that's another thing just successfully done.
All right. So should we... Tower, did you want to wait here? Or should we try going through that misty curtain?
I wish to go. If you could carry us, let us leave.
Then one by one I will tell
So
Reese.
one by one, everyone will go through the thing and pop out as if stepping out.
Our little friend is there. I forgot
Is
his
he?
name.
Wow.
I haven't updated the map. Oh, yeah. He's gone. So everyone, including Captain Laszlo, pops out of the front door of the tomb.
I just
Back
take a
in the
big,
city of Omu.
big deep breath of actual air and just spread my wings and fly a little bit just to take in this.
Moa, did it work?
No response.
Do I still have the staff of the python?
You still have the staff of the python. In fact, all of you still have all of everything you brought with you. The sphere of annihilation couldn't come through the gate even if you had attempted to pull it through the gate. So it's still there at the bottom of the tomb. But unfortunately, none of the spirits that inhabited you came with you.
Well, I'll add that to the list of my things to do, is to get some people over here to figure out how to untrap these guys.
As you look back, you behind you, you'll see the main door, the front door that you had gone in through to get into the Tomb of the Nine Gods. The 9 holes are empty, suggesting that puzzle cubes are no longer there. Whether they are inside the shrines or somewhere else, it's unknown as of right now. But the door is closed behind you. As such, the Dao and Dandy are still inside. What do you guys want to do? You are free and easy. You're safe. You're in the city of Omu, which Zola has complete ownership over now at this point, being that she technically still owns the Yuan Ti.
I am Razia! Female Raz.
Yeah.
Is this the door to enter?
Aye, this is the door we came through.
And how does one enter?
You need to acquire the 9 cubes that fit into these little slots. Each cube is in a shrine that requires passing several challenges.
Okay.
Well,
Well, is there a place we can rest to help our fallen comrade?
Yes. This city happens to be under my jurisdiction currently.
I do not wish to reside within the UNT camp, Zoran, if that is.
Most of the rooms are clean.
I still do not trust their intentions, and things may have changed since you left. Others may have tried to attempt to grab power in your absence.
Okay, well, if you guys want to hang out here, then I'm still going to go check on my people.
Then how long, in your absence, how long have you been absent?
Less than a 10-day.
2 days in the tomb, I believe.
Only 2 days?
I think we had 2 long rests, right? Or do we have 3?
3.
3?
3.
Okay.
So 4
Okay,
days.
so, yeah.
Still, ambitious minds may have attempted to subvert you in this time period.
Well, either way, I need to figure that out. You don't have to, though. You don't have to come with me.
I wish to go, but not without coming. If you can wait another day, we can all go together.
I am literally the king of Omu right now. I'm going to go use that. You and Carmen are welcome to join me. I can ensure that we get somewhere safe for her to be and exist. You can stay out here, though, if you want. I won't tell anyone where you are. I have a whole people that are waiting for me to come back that don't even know whether or not I'm alive. I have a responsibility now.
You should see to it. I will remain here.
Laszlo, I will need that sword back. I apologize. I can find you a new one, though.
I understand this is absolutely yours. I would prefer to stay and to guard Carmen. If you require this sword now as part of your monarchical duties, you may have it. It is
like
yours.
It's kind of like a crown.
Okay.
Yeah.
May I borrow your fancy sword that you got?
Do you not have any other blades on you? I thought you came in with one.
I do have. Do I have this one boring one? I don't know. Let me check my character. Let me check my character sheet to see what I may have in my possession.
You have an axe of wounding still.
Yes, I have a boring old axe. Yes, you may have this back.
Oh, no.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Zola, if it's all right with you, I'll accompany you, just in case there's any trouble that I can assist with.
I would love
Great.
to have the company.
I'll be there too.
A pearl of power. I remember there being one.
That is in my possession. I have recently used it.
Oh, then I must wait.
Okay.
All right, so PJ and Everine, you're with me? All right.
Yeah.
So Pijo, Averine, and Zola head through the marshes, through the ruins, towards the fane of the Night Serpent. Charging through the front gates, the place is in a bit of a disarray, a little bit. Very quickly, you'll have the 3 seers that had kind of acted as your second and advisors greet you at the front door to catch you up on what's happened. 2 days into your absence, rumors began to spread. Those rumors caused a bit of conflict, and so your force of UNT split. Half of them separated and left to go to the surface, to go somewhere else. The other half stayed here. So there is a group of UNT that consider that you aren't worthy of being their queen. They are currently, as best as the seers know, outside of Omu as of right now, but where? Unsure. But they clearly have one thing in intention and in focus, and that is to prove that you are not worthy. Now, granted, they don't know you've come out of the tomb yet. Did they know that you went into the tomb?
They just knew that I was going to clean up Nisi's mess.
Yeah, so they don't know where you are, so they're actually looking for you, actively out in the world. So you know that there is this contingency of UNT that would attack you on sight and consider you lesser. But
Okay, well,
everyone currently in the Fane is a follower of you, believing you to be the rightful leader and nightmare speaker.
well, thank you for the report. That's actually not nearly as bad news as I was expecting to get back to. I would be surprised if everyone just accepted me without knowing me and me just randomly walking in and killing Nisi. So thank you for the report. Good work holding things together as best as you could. We will track down the traitors as an extended project. For the time being, the undead, we may have destroyed the reason for the swarm of undead that has been piling up around the city. I'm not sure, time will tell. But we may be able to bring our forces back in from that endeavor.
Okay.
In the meantime, I believe there was only one way to get in and out of Nisi's private quarters.
Yes.
Okay. I will be going there.
No, actually, sorry. Well, there was the teleportation node, but that was damaged, right? Yeah, so if that gets repaired, there's another way in. Otherwise, no, there is only one way in, and that's through the secret passage into the private quarters.
Perfect. All right, yeah. So that's where we'll set up post.
Okay.
Piju, do you want to go inform the others about the status here?
Aye, your liege. And he'll flap away. Sorry, I muted too early.
Flying back to the group, you let Tower and Laszlo know the situation. It's still up to Tower if he trusts the UNT enough to rest inside the walls of the Fane, even with that promise of those that are still in the Fane will follow Zola.
Having seen them taking slaves for blood and eating and flesh, he's not inclined to take a dead person back there. So in the meantime, we would have set up in one of the local houses. Tower would have laid her to rest comfortably in a comfortable area, and then he would have put like some flowers and stuff around her to make it like he's starting to create a ritual. And she's going to be looking pretty and kind of in the thingy.
I'm hoping I'm not green anymore anyway. Maybe just starting to go a bit blue, but not green.
Yeah.
Your legs again.
No.
No, I've dropped the start's finished now. So.
The staff of striking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just...
Well.
No, but that's still a curse that's on you. When you wake up, you will be complete satyr. So
if I wake up, but yeah. Oh.
If you come back, you will come back full satyr.
Wow.
All right.
Why is satyr?
Because the staff of striking was actually a cursed magical item that anyone that used it would slowly turn into a satyr over the course of a few days.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right.
So, Tower refuses to go and sleep in the Fane, right? Laszlo?
Laszlo will keep guard throughout the night, not sleeping.
I'm going to ask Averine after Piju getting time, and unless did he return, or is he going to stay there?
Piju's going to come back. He would much rather sleep on a bed in a cozy environment.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you guys, do you think that Tower would be offended if I sent forces to protect them?
I don't think he trusts them, so I don't think he'll appreciate it.
Okay.
He's worried they're going to eat her. That's what he told me.
Okay.
Maybe I wasn't supposed to tell you that.
No, it's fine. I understand. kind of.
Okay.
He would have incentivized that. No, that's not offense against Azona herself.
Appreciate it.
But these particular people seem to have a taste for human flesh, so he's like.
Well, in that case, guys, do you want to stay here, or do you feel, Piju? I know you said you wanted a bed. Okay, so I'll at least stay
Just
here
something
with you.
cozy. I'm very tired.
Everine, are you gonna stay here the night too?
I feel inspired. Like tomorrow morning when I wake up, I feel like I'll have additional spell power, and I'll use the time to research a spell of teleportation to allow us to get back somewhere safe, if you so choose to leave your post here.
Get back somewhere safe. What do you mean?
Like back to perhaps back to your mother back in Port Nyanzaru.
Oh.
There's also Miss Portier, who doesn't have a ring anymore, and we have to pay her back for all the items that she gave us for our quest.
Okay. All right. If that's the case, if we're gonna, we got to keep going, and I have to at least make contact with my mom. So, I will go talk. Huh?
I'll say that, and this, the lady in this lantern, she suggested that kobold was not actually a member of the Yellow Banner, so perhaps we need to track him down and see what he's up to. There are things, and to find your brother wherever he is.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I need to return to Nyanzaru. That's where I think Dirk will be. That's where I told him to go for freebies. He liked his freebies. So I will go tell my advisors that I will be leaving again, and I'll give them a rundown of instructions on what to do. If they see that kobold, that specific kobold again, capture him.
Will do.
Yep. We shouldn't have any enemies right now other than the usual mages and the traitorous Yuan-Ti. So
Okay.
I guess reel back in forces, recreate the defenses, focus on our community.
Will do, ma'am.
Thanks. Good job. Good job.
So, as you guys all rest, gaining the full benefits of a long rest, and leveling up, we will end our session there tonight. Next session, next week, we will continue to do these little wrap-up extension stuff. So whatever you guys choose to do in terms of wrapping up the campaign and the little things that you've got left to do, we will do next time, starting with the resurrection of Carmen. I'm assuming Ray's dead?
Reincarnate.
Oh, reincarnate. So it doesn't matter that she's a satyr because reincarnate gives her a new body anyway. In fact, let's roll for the reincarnated body now.
Just give me back my lovely legs. Oh.
So, Carmen, obviously you get to choose with reincarnate.
Yeah.
If the target soul is free and willing to enter the body. So you can choose if you would like to be reincarnated. Would you like to be reincarnated?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. So I'm going to roll a D100.
Oh, God.
An 81.
Okay.
So
You
you are reincarnated in the form of a human. 100% human.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Not a half elf or anything.
That's going to break her daddy's
human.
heart.
I will, and he'll notice straight away. There's something wrong with you. You're different. No pointy
I'm going
ears.
to sell my earrings from Gamble. Oh, no.
Right. But, so, well done, guys. You defeated the Lich. You destroyed the Soulmonger. How do you feel? Like, players-wise? Like,
I just wanted to destroy the Soulmonger. If we died down there to Acererak, I was happy with completing the mission. So I'm more excited that we also survived, mostly.
Yeah. A little bittersweet about the whole getting Carmen killed.
Yeah, way to go.
As a player, I feel Liuto, that's why he would have died. Glad you died, lady. I feel bad that happened. It's like, that's how TPKs happen. Where you're like, oh, we're fine. And then...
I know. It's alright. It's fine. We've had so many of our characters, like, die but not die. So I think that was just payback for what happened to Grigori. It's like, happened to happen. It had to happen to, like, you know...
At least she came back as a human and not as, like, a dragon.
Bugbear!
Yeah, exactly. It could have been a lot worse.
That'd be fun, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
She might have a better relationship with her mum now.
Well, this is all determinant on, like, if they turn up before Tower Cut that actually does this. Because
this is true.
They may have a better way to bring back Carmen in her actual body than Tower has.
Their way of on their way is they're bringing the whole castle. It's going to take time, but they're bringing the whole castle to Chult.
It's going to be amazing. So
Danric's definitely got a big old feast going if they're getting her back in celebration.
But it'll take them time to get there.
You could always true polymorph yourself back into a half elf. Is that not correct? You can do that. You take true polymorph. That means if you don't change back, you take that form permanently, don't you?
Who knows?
So yes, however.
I'm just
it's fair enough. When you use polymorph, you turn into a creature. If you turn a creature into another kind of creature, the new form can be any kind you choose whose challenge rating is equal to or less than the target's, or its level. It doesn't necessarily need to be a beast, so that's good. So I'd say, yeah, you could use True Polymorph if you've got a 9th level spell available to you. You could use True Polymorph to change yourself back to a half elf.
In the future, she's alive. If she comes back, it's fine.
I'm just saying, Aaron,
you're alive and not a satyr. Importantly,
they could do that for her, or they could pay for that to happen. So we need to change our door back.
I think it would have been a little bit better if she came back as a tiefling, but
that would have been interesting.
The die said otherwise.
I'm fine with a human. That's fine.
Grigori will be coming back with the castle.
If Loic hasn't killed him yet, that's TBD.
Now Loic's like, this is my new apprentice, Grigori.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, it has been a fun adventure, a fairly long one, and I've enjoyed it. Now, as we've ended this campaign, we're going to do some more wrap-up next week, but I did want to announce publicly that in the new year, we will be doing a new adventure on the world of Horan. It is a custom homebrew world and adventure that I have enlisted the aid of our players to help build the world. It's going to be a fun one. A lot of interesting aspects to it that are being altered and changed. So I'm excited to show that. It will come with a new day and time, so a new schedule of release. So that stuff will be announced over the next couple of weeks. But look forward to that, to experience a world of our own creation. Not just a world we're playing with that we've researched. So, join us next week, guys, as we finish this adventure and move on to future endeavors. So, thank you very much, folks. Good night.
Good night.